Potomac Avenue in
Dan's coming back
Dormont.
now.
I don't know if it's still there. It was
Campides?
Yeah, Campides.
I've had that, yeah.
I haven't had that.
That's my
I
favorite.
can't say anything about that.
That was pretty
really
I was in Campides with my niece, and there was a guy there who was trying to give away Penguins tickets. And it was a preseason game. I'd never seen the Penguins before. I'm not a sports fan, by the way. Like it's cool seeing a whole congregation of people coming together for an event. It's neat.
I like that you use the word congregation because that's what it fucking is.
Yes.
Yeah.
It flowed right out, as you can tell.
Yeah.
So, no. It's neat, and that was the one sports team that I had not seen yet at that point. Because I've been to Pirates games, of course, everybody has, and I've seen the Steelers, I think, once or twice, just by happenstance. But I'd never seen the Penguins. It was neat to see a preseason game. Anyway, a guy at Campides, while I was waiting for my pizza, was giving away tickets. I went with my niece. Spur of the moment. Pretty cool. So I've got a good memory of Campides.
Do you like the pizza? Great story, Greg. Do you like the pizza?
Grown-up, human, comic, people! Grown-up, human, comic, people!
All right, so we're back, I guess.
Yeah.
Welcome to... I should say we're back. I mean, we are back. Welcome to episode number 13 of Grown-Up Human Comic People. This is the second episode of the evening, so we are all in a different space than we were earlier.
Great spaces.
Yeah, we're all in our own spaces.
We're in varying levels of the stratosphere right now. We're working our way out to the greater galaxy.
So I don't know if the theme song happened yet, but if it didn't, hit it right now. All right, so maybe that was the theme song, or Jared let me sound like an idiot, and that was just me pausing for a second.
It'd be kind of funny if you don't.
Cheers.
Yeah, no,
Cheers.
Jared.
Really funny.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah,
cheers.
cheers. Yeah.
Great. Astravia.
All right, we all have glass because Jared's not here to fuck it up.
Mm-hmm. He's been doing all right the past couple episodes. He's always had both.
That's true. Yeah, we started doing both. So welcome to the show. This is Grown Up Human Comic People. We talk about comics, but then we talk about a bunch of other shit. Because the comics are really just a jumping off point. Let's be honest. I mean, it's about comics, and it's not about comics. All right. Yeah. So you can find us at grownuphumans.com, epicastnetwork.com/grownuphumans. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Libsyn, Facebook, YouTube, SoundCloud, and Google Play at Grown Up Human Comic People. And I don't know if you have an Android phone, but I actually searched Google, the Play Store. That's not where you search. You search Google Music.
Right.
Because, I'm not sure why those are two different things, or you should search two different, whatever. But it's actually on Google Music. It's not really Google Play. And Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram at Grown Up Humans. Let's plug some holes, Dan.
Well, you can buy all the comics we talk about at Southside Comics in Pittsburgh, Southside, obviously. 1931 East Carson Street. You can buy your comics over the interwebs, too, southsidecomicspgh.com. And for this holiday season, don't forget, we have gift cards. And our trades, Marvel DC trades, are always discounted 15%.
Nice.
And we got two members of the old Metamesh crew across the way from us.
Yeah.
Even though Monkey doesn't have a microphone.
Thank God.
Check this out.
Nope. Yeah.
Greg just held up the unplugged end of the microphone that's sitting next to me.
Sorry, honey.
You guys!
I'm the better half anyway.
So go to Metamesh.
Metamesh.
That was right before your plug. Walk away like a troll.
Metamesh.org. Please, we are a wonderful organization. You can donate in several ways, including Amazon Smile, directly, and even by Bitcoin.
They bring free internet to those who don't have it, which is awesome. Because the
pretty
internet
cool.
is federally a
necessity.
Right.
It's no longer a
It's
luxury.
human right. Yeah. So in
Oh,
America,
And Comcast
it's your
will
right to
provide
have the
you
internet.
with this basic human right for $80 a month.
What else? Greg, you want to play the band?
Yeah. So hey, three of us are in a rock and roll band, Midnight Rose. If anyone out there is having a party at your pad, and you want some live players to come to their party, rock out the basement where the keg is, and everyone's lined up with their red cups. Just you know who to call.
Or 15 8-year-olds smashed into
It's like
a dining room.
Ghostbusters 2.
Rock the fuck out of y'all.
I was always going to be He-Man. So go to
Hey, sweetie, the front man kind of looks like Luke Cage. And the bassist kind of looks like Nic Cage. That's a
Jeez.
compliment.
All right.
You know what? You're not entirely wrong. I mean,
Wow.
a little bit of Nic Cage.
Yeah,
Like
I can
younger
see
Nic
that.
Cage, not like,
Yeah.
not right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look in the mirror later and contemplate that. So
Yeah, maybe Nic Cage.
Just start seeing
If
bees.
Nic Cage's hair was way better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
that's cool. Yeah.
But yeah, Midnight Rose. It's night. It's MIDKNIGHT.
You got it.
Facebook, Reverb Nation, Bandcamp. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's not bad. We're looking at a picture of young
like-
Nicolas Cage.
your
and
eyebrows are
They have the
better.
same kind of eye area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we get a picture? Someone use your
Oh,
phone and
God,
get a
yeah,
picture
I
of
got
that.
it, I got it.
This is the picture. I'm going to make this the episode picture. Yeah, that is. Yeah, just like Con Air.
Oh, Jesus.
You gotta put it side by side with
Greg,
that one.
that
Now.
is
Yeah, I'll put it aside.
freakiest. You look like a jack-o'-lantern.
Really?
Greg, I'm sorry. Look.
I'll look at it later.
All right. Well,
That doesn't
all right.
look like
So,
me.
Okay, yeah, exactly.
anybody else have any more? Oh, fuck it! I forgot to plug Radical Trivia last time. You did.
Yeah.
You did. My own goddamn business. Go to radicaltrivia.com.
It's fun to go
Yeah,
to.
it's live
We-
trivia shows around Pittsburgh. Go to that shit. Have fun. I'll swear at you.
And
We'll all drink.
I'll say this because 2 years ago, and because 2 days after Thanksgiving, I went to your Thanksgiving show at Permanis, which you don't hold anymore, but it's okay because there was free turkeys, and there were a bunch of Canadians there, and because we were playing, the Canadians, and they were so impressed that we gave away free turkeys.
They gave away a whole turkey. They're like, I can't believe the.
They actually came in last place because you gave turkeys away to the first and last place
Yes.
winners.
Those are
And the
turkeys.
Canadians were so impressed that we gave away turkey. They're like, is this Pittsburgh all the time? I'm like, yes. Yes, it is.
We do this every
All the time.
single year. Every
but they were
year.
really cool. They loved our city and they liked your trivia a lot. So
So Canada says
Canada
Radical Trivia
approves.
is A-OK.
Yeah.
Get it? Get it? Get it?
yeah.
Yeah.
EH. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
Sorry. Oh,
All
sorry.
right, so let's go. What's doing? Becky, what's doing?
I'm off of bed rest.
You're not sick anymore.
I almost died, but that happens. But
it's fine.
I was in the ICU for a bit, and then I was in the PCU, and Jared and Daniel came to visit me, and I'm very thankful. But of course, so did Monkey. You know what? This is the podcast, honey. Quit being so
They
fucking
don't know who
offended.
these are.
Yeah, you don't have a microphone. All right.
There's some smoking hot nurses up on
All right.
Oh, yeah,
We
shout
need
out.
up on
to shout out
T9.
T9, Mikaela.
Mikaela,
Even
watch.
though you didn't know who the Muppets were, we still love you.
What Jin's doing, Mikaela?
Greg
It's Nic
wants to
Cage
know.
speaking.
Great. Yeah.
Mikaela was very nice. We met
Yeah,
her. We
she's
talked to
very
her for a little
sweet.
while. And she hadn't seen Muppet Babies, to which I questioned,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
She's only 22 years old.
I guess
that
I didn't.
explains it.
I mean, I don't know. I think my brother would know Muppet Babies. He's only 21. So
He did grow up with you as a brother.
That's
That's
true.
true,
but I
yeah.
wasn't watching Muppet Babies whenever I was, like,
You were watching Muppet Babies
12.
last week.
I don't know. I thought it was still
So
on.
was I. So
Was Muppet
Yeah.
Babies still on? I feel like it was still on. Like in repeats, maybe?
Yeah.
Mikaela, I'm not criticizing you. I'm just saying.
Oh, she's a very
Like-
sweet girl. And you know what? She actually came in during her break and was like, okay, let me see what's going on. Because she said the Muppets, and I'm like, you don't know who the Muppets are? Oh, honey. I'm like, do you know what Sesame Street is? Because technically Kermit is a Muppet.
Have you ever heard of a Rakin?
Yeah.
Muppets, is she from the States?
No, she's not. Yes, she's very sweet. She's just young, and but again, thank you, Mikaela, and thank you to everyone on T9, especially Dr. Patel, who basically made the choice to save my ass.
Especially the hiring director for the nurses of T9.
Hired a lot of hot girls. Mikaela, I told her, I got her email address, and she told me which episode to listen to. God help you, Mikaela.
Episode 13.
Sorry, Mikaela, you're now a hashtag.
I'm going to have
Wonderful.
to figure out how to spell your name later.
Oh, I'll give it to you later.
She mispronounced Muppets. I can understand not knowing Muppet Babies. I'm not going to let this go. I can understand not knowing Muppet
Oh, we
Babies.
let her have it when we
But
were there. Poor girl.
Is she unfamiliar with the Muppets altogether?
She was, actually.
But
when I no wait, I further
There
queried.
was a Muppet movie fairly recently.
Yeah, 2011.
There was a goddamn television show.
Yeah,
on
yeah.
ABC
With
last year.
The live action, yeah.
Yeah, with Jason Segel.
Well, the movie came out, and then there was a live action situational comedy but it went on. I think it was a great show, actually.
Mikaela, there's no reason you don't know what the Muppets are. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
What the hell's the matter with you?
She only works 14 hours a day.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
But
I'm sorry. She probably
she's
is
a very
too
sweet
busy
girl.
doing
She was an excellent
actual
nurse.
work instead of watching the fucking Muppets
No,
like we do.
no excuse.
At like 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
While we eat our breakfast.
Yeah.
No, while I'm fucking around the computer, I get an errant thought comes through and says, I haven't seen Muppet Babies in a while. And I end up for like 45 minutes
Yeah.
watching an episode of the Muppet Babies.
Well, I texted you guys, so I was. So when I say I'm sick, I'm always sick. When I say I'm sick this time, I was fucking really 105 fever, gonzo, which is
A Muppet.
Yeah.
The Muppet.
But I texted. We have a group chat on Grownup Humans, and I texted you guys. I'm like, I want to watch every episode of the Muppet Babies.
At
And
some points, we should release pieces of the group text.
yes. Oh, we
As
should.
photos.
There's some good shit on there.
Sometimes there is good shit.
But yeah, no, I actually preemptively apologized. I'm like, I'm getting a lot of drugs and I have 105 fevers, so preemptively apologize for any stupid shit I say.
I'm going to try and find the best pieces of the group text and put them out there.
But yeah, and a very serious thank you to T9 nurses Mikaela and especially Dr. Patel, who
And their moms.
yes,
And their moms.
and Daniel will
pancakes.
come over and make
Hashtag.
pancakes at your house.
Yeah. Absolutely. Count my
But-
pancakes.
That's all I've got.
I wrote down myself for this one. So, Westworld
Yes,
is the shit.
Yeah.
It's so
I really like
fucking
it.
awesome.
It's the best.
If you haven't seen Westworld yet, go fucking watch Westworld.
Oh my
It's-
god. Just
star-studded cast.
give up an
So
afternoon.
awesome.
Just wonderful. Greg, did you watch the first episode?
I watched
Did
the
you like
first
it?
episode last night. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So to summarize, you need to go watch Westworld. It's HBO. It's based on the Westworld movie, which was in 1973.
Yes.
Thank you, Greg. And the concept is it's by Michael Crichton, so you won't be surprised. The concept is similar to Jurassic Park, but actually came up before it.
With humans.
Yeah, it's this is an amusement park that is inhabited entirely by robots that are basically people, and they react like people. It's very difficult to tell the difference, but you can go there if you have enough money. You can stay there. You can murder these robots. You can fuck
Do
these robots.
whatever you want.
can do whatever you want to do. It's essentially a live action MMORPG,
Right.
in which you can do whatever you want to do, but you're actually there. And the grab of the show is that at the beginning, the creator has introduced a patch to the software of the robots that allows them to react more naturally because they remember bits and pieces of what has happened to them before, and that quickly spirals into they start to remember more and more, like too much, and
Right.
then what is the result? The question is, what is the result of having these slaves that have been murdered and raped a bunch of times?
Because they're wiped, and their memory's wiped
their
after
memories
each
are
time.
wiped. Every time they die, their memories are wiped. They don't remember anything. But he's allowed them to access the previous memories, and it becomes very interesting. And Anthony Hopkins is the creator, and he's a fucking brilliant actor.
Yeah.
He's so good.
He's actually
good.
acting in this.
Yeah.
This is not Thor Anthony Hopkins. This is
Right.
real Anthony Hopkins. This is Hannibal Lecter Anthony Hopkins.
Very much.
And Ed
so.
Harris is in it, and you don't
Harris is
quite
great.
know what his motives
Man.
are
Yeah.
yet.
Which one's Ed Harris?
The Man in Black.
He's
The
Man in Black.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
I forgot how much I miss seeing Ed Harris on
love Ed
screen.
He's great.
Until
He's
the
awesome.
show.
He was
Like,
huge in the 90s.
He was huge,
Yeah.
and then he kind of went away.
I think the problem was the Postman.
Oh,
Was he in the Postman?
Ruined
Yeah.
at least 3 careers.
Isn't he the bad guy in the Postman?
No. He's the bad guy in the Postman. I know what you're thinking.
It's the guy from Gone in 60 Seconds. What's his name?
I'm not as familiar with that movie, but you're probably right.
That was not a great movie.
Yeah,
either.
but I thought Ed Harris is the bad guy in Waterworld. My bad.
Oh, that's right.
No, that was the.
That's Hopper.
Yeah, Dennis Hopper.
Dennis Hopper. Fuck. Ed Harris is the bad guy in some post-apocalyptic movie. I can't think of which one.
He's definitely the bad guy in The Rock.
Well,
Okay.
he's not really,
Yeah,
he's a tragic hero in The Rock. Because he wasn't a bad guy.
He's the antagonist.
Enemy at the Gates.
Yes, I was going to say that. That was 1997 because that one
He's in The Beautiful Mind.
he wasn't a Beautiful Mind. Yeah,
Truman
which is
Show. He's kind of the bad guy in the
National
Truman Show.
Treasure.
kind of bad guy in the Truman Show.
He's the
which was-
good guy in Apollo 13.
Apollo 13.
Yes. So Truman Show was what 98, 99.
Yeah.
I know Beautiful Mind was 2001.
Bad guy in
So
bad guy in
Truman
National
Show was
Treasure.
98.
Yeah.
The Rock was 96.
I'm thinking specifically of, maybe I'm probably thinking of Dennis.
Enemy at the Gates was 97.
Anyway.
97.
Westworld.
was Absolute
Yeah,
Power,
I think you're
97.
thinking of.
Okay.
He was the bad guy in
Why
Just Cause.
There's a lot of screens going on right now. I'm not satisfied with the amount of screens that are happening.
Well, I'm not on my phone.
That's fair.
I'm looking at Harris.
I
info.
know, I know, but like I think it's better if we.
We got
we got all the
brains right
Harris
here.
We're me and Greg are braining right now.
Yeah.
We're braining.
That's
That's the term now.
But
Braining.
the point is, watch Westworld. Evan Rachel Wood plays one of the AIs, and
she's awesome.
I've
She's
loved
awesome.
Evan Rachel Wood ever since she was a kid.
She used
Let's
to-
not. She was in Practical Magic, but you know what? She was in 13.
She used to date Marilyn Manson.
She did.
That is
Yeah.
something.
That is something.
But she's an
so
amazing.
pretty.
She's a
Oh, she's
wonderful
beautiful.
actress.
Yeah, she's a great
She's
actress
great.
too. Yeah,
She's very good.
she's really.
She
good
was
in
great
this.
as a kid. I mean, 13. Have you guys seen 13?
I saw 13.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, she was great as a kid. But she was all right in what's the vampire show? With the Southern Suki.
Oh, True Blood.
Yeah, she was in True Blood. She was like a queen.
Oh yeah, you're right.
But yeah, no, she's a great actress, and she is actually the one who kind of becomes cognizant at first.
Well, yes
well,
and no. I mean,
yeah.
no, well, I'm not going to ruin anything for
Let's
you.
not
Just watch
ruin
the
it.
show. It's a great
Just
show.
right,
watch
yeah.
it. Yeah,
It's a great
just
show.
watch the goddamn
It's-
show,
yeah.
man. Prepare to have your mind blown. Because
really-
it
I
is
gotta-
amazing.
By the
Really
way,
awesome.
the first episode is free for anyone, even if you don't have HBO. If you can go online and I mean, that's how they get you. They want you to buy. If you get,
Would you like him and you a little taste?
yeah, go to
It's real
HBO.com,
good.
and the first
cannot
episode of
say no.
Westworld is absolutely free to stream.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And you're lucking out because right now I think this Sunday will be episode 8
Yes.
or episode
8 or 9.
It's 8 or 9.
8 or
yeah.
9.
Don't remember.
So yeah, you could lose a
damn.
day. You could lose a day
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah.
You fucking
That's
get
a
on
good
this-
day.
Yeah.
It's worthwhile.
I lost a date.
I think one of my favorite things about this show, and this is all I'm going to say, the fucking setting. Like when they do those, like the camera pans out and
Yeah.
it shows
Oh, yeah.
like where they are. It is like the most beautiful place I've ever seen.
It's great.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Like because it's like the Grand Canyon but green.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Any idea
There's-
where they film? Sorry.
I don't know.
I think it's just Los Angeles.
Really? Okay.
God damn it!
There's
there's
a stage like they have like Every Town USA. They have a street just for that, which like Pleasant Town and the Muppets movie. But they actually have like a Wild West soundstage.
Oh,
where,
okay.
yeah.
Oh no, I think it means the wider shots.
Oh, the wider
Like what
shots?
the environmental shots are.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
not
What
CGI?
Dan was talking about. Yeah.
I don't know. At this point, who knows?
I'm
But
not. I gave my phone a monkey.
They could
So.
have been.
It looks like, I mean, it almost looks like Wyoming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ask Monkey. He lived there.
Oh, you lived in Wyoming.
Yeah,
How
he
about
did.
that?
He lived in Wyoming. Yes.
He was a ranch hand.
That's rad. Wow. Let's talk about this later, Monkey.
I like the idea of all of us speaking for him.
Yeah, because we won't let him have a mic. Sorry, honey.
But the one thing that I want, well, not the most important thing, but one thing that I'd like to add about that is that one thing that I appreciate about it, we talked about this a little bit, is the possible connection to the movie Westworld.
yeah.
Because I've only seen the movie. Like, the movie had a couple of things trailing after it that sucked kind of a bit, and
Yep.
that being Future World, I don't know what year, never saw it. And then there was a brief television show called Beyond Westworld that Jared told us that
Yeah,
it got canceled
I haven't
after
seen it.
3 episodes. It got canceled.
wow, that must've been
It
horrible.
sucked so hard. So, which I'd love to tell people that they're like, oh yeah, there was a Westworld TV show back in the day, that's what this is based on. It used to be called Beyond Westworld, just to see like if they watch it and then find out how much it sucks. Anyway, but no, like they hint little bits, and I was told this by I think you and Jer before I ever saw it that they hint at like the possible connection to the earlier show where they say, like possible signs of CPU malfunction or breakdown, and they said, well, we haven't had a breakdown in over 30 years. Is that a hint at the earlier
old
movie?
show.
That
I
this
thought
has
it was
been happening though.
Yeah.
Well, not just that, but there is a moment. I'm not going to say what the moment is, but I believe it's in episode 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Where you see in the background, if you're not paying attention, you might miss it. But there is a very, very, very clear reference to the movie,
Right.
and which implies that this this whole thing is like it's a continuation of the original,
Which is really cool.
Yeah.
I need to go watch this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's-
It's good.
Yeah, it's good, especially like for a '70s sci-fi movie.
It
It's
aged
very-
well,
Yeah,
actually.
it's good. It's in the same way, almost like 2001 ages, where it's so the parts that are futuristic are very stylized, and
They are.
You don't think like, oh, this is like looks dated. It's pretty good.
I have 2 other shows to plug.
Okay.
Just real quick. One is the Grand Tour. If you guys are fans of Top Gear, they came back on Amazon. First episode's free. It's really funny. I love
it's
Top
good.
Gear. I've been watching for at least 15 years. Jeremy lost his job at the BBC, so they got offered a huge contract to Amazon, and it's a great show. Grand Tour, first episode's free. Lots of car, lots of comedy. Watch it. The other one is actually, I don't know if, this is not a very popular show. It's called One Mississippi. I gave Monkey my phone. I'm terrible with names. But there's a lesbian comedian who had breast cancer and almost died, and she married a girl half her age. But it's a one of those semi-autobiographical shows, but it's a comedy. Again, the first episode's free on Amazon. It's really good.
Okay.
It's very well done. I think there's 12 episodes total. One Mississippi. Give it a shot. Yeah.
All right. It looks like we have Chris
Chris and Becky are here again.
Hi, hello.
Is your microphone
He's
working?
back.
Is my
You can hear him?
Yeah.
It's all good. So
We
showing
good?
up on the meters. People are hearing your voice right
just
now,
popped
Chris.
in.
just
came back from the party that he was
Hello?
at.
Child's birthday,
Got
right?
here.
a child's birthday party?
How fun was that?
I was actually invited to that birthday party. I didn't just show up. Just to let
Was
everybody
there
know.
Not like usual.
A bouncy castle.
Yeah.
There was no bouncy castle.
This child was one.
The child's one, and it's November. It's. I mean, let's face facts.
This would be a really fucked up kid's birthday.
Yeah.
party. There's a bouncy
Yeah.
castle for a bunch of
Go
one-year-olds
outside, you
with a
fucks.
bouncy castle.
I don't know. I've seen some crazy.
Get outside and freeze.
Jared and I actually almost bought a bouncy castle this time last year.
That's true.
Because they were on sale on Amazon for Black Friday.
You didn't buy it.
Where
No.
would you put it?
There's plenty of room in the front.
Well, that was my
Back
thing,
deck.
is that logistically,
Back deck.
what would we do with a bouncy castle?
Yeah, I know. But
How
it was
much
just-
were bouncy castles?
Well, they're about $500, but they were on sale for Black Friday for like a good one. Like we could actually get drunk
Yeah.
and use a bouncy castle, and it came with a ball pit too. So
$500.
no,
Yeah, but it was on sale.
on sale,
less than $500.
next day delivery, $219 including tax.
Nice.
But then you have to get the big fan to keep it inflated, right?
It all comes with it. It all came with
Oh,
it.
well, that's worth it.
What?
Yeah,
That
Yeah,
seems
man.
so
Why
cheap.
didn't we do that?
Yeah.
because
I'm asking.
Yeah, that like those fans alone are,
We
are
could
like
put up in
100
here if
and
we
some
moved the
bucks.
furniture.
we really could, yeah.
Oh, can you imagine the parties? Oh gosh, so good.
I actually think that's why. But we kept thinking about it, and it just like the debauchery that would happen. It just
Oh, you know what? Now that I think about it, we may have decided not to do that because it was a healthier decision for everyone.
yeah,
Oh, no.
exactly. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Where we were like, just the immediate orgasmic pleasure of having that. Yeah, obviously, who the fuck would say no to
Who
that?
has a bouncy castle?
And then like the repercussions start to set in, and you're like,
You're
"Ooh."
protecting your friends by not buying it.
Yeah.
There's an entire Mighty Boosh great
point,
episode
yeah.
about bouncy castles. You should watch that.
No, because I remember being in a bouncing castle whenever I was a kid, like the church fair, and I had eaten a bunch and drank, probably had like 3 funnel cakes, and I was in there, and I just puked.
You ruined it for everyone.
Were you one of those kids that puked like regularly?
No, like I almost never puked. I was fat, you know. If I puked more, I wouldn't have been a fat kid.
Sometimes like the fat kid's the one that puke.
Dude, I wasn't one of those kids who puked a lot, but I just eat so much, and then it was my turn to go in. We didn't call it a bouncing castle, we called it a moonwalk, but same thing. And I got in there, I was so excited, I started bouncing everywhere, and I'm bouncing around, and I'm pushing my buddies over, and I keep bouncing around, and all of a sudden I'm like, and it was just all the garbage fair food, and then I remember vividly my mom had made this broccoli casserole, because I remember broccoli coming up. I was like, oh my god, that's what broccoli looks like after it's been in your stomach. And then I just kept bouncing.
Just spraying broccoli everywhere.
No, I puked. It ran down into the crevice, and then. And then I just kept bouncing. You only get 5 minutes.
The adult says all right, you're done.
Yeah. It's like, come on.
Clearly didn't see you
Puke
puke.
particles
No.
flopping up in the air. every time you move.
No, it's getting ground into the
Oh
side.
Yeah.
At that point,
The bouncing thing is
it shouldn't be pronounced crevice. It should be a crevasse. I threw up in the crevasse. It got in there.
But dude, even as a fat 11-year-old, I was definitely in better shape than some of the adults that we hang out with now. So then you get some overfed, half drunk adults
my
in there
God.
who are bouncing around. They're going to be good luck getting that out.
As we said, I'm pretty sure we did think this through, and that's why we don't have a bouncing castle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, real fast, because I'm sorry, I got in here late and you guys were talking about the HBO show.
Westworld.
Westworld.
Yeah.
I don't know if you covered this, and I apologize if you didn't.
No spoilers.
I'm sorry?
No spoilers.
Yeah, no spoilers. Maybe not a spoiler, but just an observation about the entire show. With a lot of HBO shows that I've been watching recently, and I just finished this one through and through, no spoilers, but correct me if I'm wrong. Did anybody here finish it?
Wait, it's not over
yet.
Westworld?
Is it done?
Yeah.
It's not
eight?
over.
Oh, yeah. 8 is the last one. How much of a dick tease is that?
Oh, I didn't.
Wait
know
a
that.
minute.
What?
That wasn't the season finale, was
That's
it?
the season finale, yeah.
Really?
Really?
It's
Get
done.
the fuck out of here. Yeah. We're
All right, yeah, look it up.
we're
Yeah. Sorry. Oh, man.
We
Did I?
can't brain this
we're
one.
getting
Oh, guys, I'm sorry.
I'm up to 7. I haven't watched 8 yet.
Well, it's okay.
same way.
Again, no spoilers, but it doesn't resolve anything at all.
Of course.
It resolves absolutely nothing.
No, I feel like it.
No. It's
The first season?
First season.
episode 9, episode 10.
Oh.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
Who gave you a microphone?
You literally did.
You
You were the one that
did,
literally
Greg.
just gave me a microphone.
Poor monkey was sitting there the whole
Is
time.
it really
not saying
saying-
nothing?
Really? Because
Yeah.
I was just
There's
reading an
the-
interview
the-
the other day, and they were like, "It's resolved. The next season is there was 8 this season, and then it got renewed after 8 episodes."
The well-tempered Clavier.
Clavier, yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so
I was
Okay.
about to say, I know there's
tomorrow
2 more.
and the
'Cause
Okay.
It's supposed to. It's supposed the last
Bicameral
is
mind
right
is-
before the new year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
December
Oh, they
4th
take-
is the last episode.
Okay, good.
All right. Well, then
Episode
I retract
10.
my previous statement.
Confusing everybody.
But what I was going to say still stands, though. I feel like this show has they haven't really gone the homosexual route that they normally do. Like, they don't explore any different sexualities in this place where you can do whatever you fucking want to.
Yet.
Yeah,
Maybe
but
that was
okay.
There was some weird shit going on in that town that
Like, general bisexual nature of some of the horrors that they had, but I don't feel beyond that, which is just your average,
No,
male.
I thought the one Confederale guy was getting his dick sucked by a dude.
Yes.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
If you haven't seen Westworld, what, Chris? It
It's
sounds
a-
really fucked up. The bisexuality, some of the horrors they've already shown.
Again,
That's really
the
aggressive.
Wild West. There's
This show is about the Wild West. Like, he's
Yeah.
literally talking about women whose job is to...
Yeah.
Yeah, to,
Please.
That's
Well,
not
Catholic
Also,
middle
also
school.
they are robots. They're not even...
Yeah, this is an opinion on it.
Yeah, this is not... That sounded fucking horrible.
Yeah. Make that the soundbite to open up the episode.
Yeah, well,
These fucking bisexual whores.
Just on a loop for like half a minute or so.
Jerry,
I'm
you've
gonna
got
write
a
that note-
cornucopia of shit to choose from.
That's
Okay,
it.
well, that's good then. There's 2 more episodes to show how gay everybody can be at HBO. I'm happy with that.
Thanks, HBO.
Bisexual horrors.
Yeah, watch it. You haven't watched it? Watch it.
Yeah.
What else did I miss?
Well, we're just getting into fuck'ems now.
Good. Fuck-ups.
Yeah.
Anybody?
Yeah, Dan, you were just about. I nominated you for fucking because of.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like saying this is beating a dead horse, but for all you fucking idiots who think Vicelli's pizza's good, fuck Vicelli's Pizza. They're the worst. Vicelli's Pizza
Used to be Pizza Outlet.
is like I don't know, like somebody whose favorite car is like a Toyota Camry, brand new. You know, like a brand new Toyota Camry is their favorite car. It's so it's just a thing, right? It's like, well, what's pizza? Well, it's dough and sauce and cheese, and you bake it, and generally you make it into like a circle, and like, okay, well, you got all those pieces there, but it's tasteless.
Yeah,
And
they're the worst.
Rubber cheese.
Wait, I actually have a story about Vicelli's because I used to work for Reed Smith, and we used to order from like local great pizzerias until we got a new business manager, and she's a fucking cunt, and she just said, "Oh, let's cut corners and order from Vicelli's," and we're like, "No." So we would always order, pizzas and then wings. Their quote unquote wings were chicken breasts dumped with Frank's Red Hot and then cut, like chicken breast, not wings, but chicken breasts,
fried?
breaded and fried, cut into just like random pieces. I took a picture of it and submitted it on Yelp, and I said, "This is what Vicelli's quote unquote wings are. Just not wings, just shit."
Right, but I feel like, that's just like a shitty, but like Vicelli's Pizza. Like,
yeah.
fuck their salads, fuck their wings, fuck whatever else, but like their pizza, it's like it's like being really excited about buying a house in the suburbs on a cul-de-sac that's like every house looks the same. It's like, I just got a new thing. It's like every other thing, and I love it.
It's like pizza from a dystopian future.
Right.
Yeah.
Where pizza
Pleasantville.
It's all the same pizza. It's just this is what pizza
Pleasantville
is now.
pizza.
Right. It's terrible.
It's stamped
and
out of a pizza mold.
Yeah.
Or simulated. It's replicator pizza.
yeah.
I have to ask.
Aren't there machines that like you can buy pizza from, like a Coke machine?
Yes.
They have a lot of those in Japan.
I've heard that. Yeah.
I wonder how that tastes.
Japan's
I wonder if it's
Japan.
better than Bocelli's.
They in New York now have like vending machines where you can just order and it's a frozen pizza and it gets like, I guess, vaporized with magic. I don't know how it works, but in 2 minutes you get a pizza there that's hot.
That's awesome.
In New York.
Is it awesome?
That sounds
that's my
New York and LA.
that's my-
that sounds crazy.
Pizza. Pizza machine. Yeah, dude.
New York.
Machine.
Pizza machine.
I mean,
go.
okay, granted, I saw this about a week ago on Facebook, so maybe not. I
like-
don't know. But it was one of those meme videos that
Yeah.
come up on your Facebook.
Right. Like one of those BuzzFeed
I mean,
videos.
I
or
saw zombie
buzzworthy.
Fidel Castro walking around today on Facebook.
If you had access to a Star Trek replicator, like, think
I
about
mean,
it.
pizza's going to be like one of the top.
Yeah,
Suggested for you. Pizza.
Pizza.
Although,
pizza.
Pizza Hut. Make it so. You know that if there was like a word you had to say to confirm.
Make it so.
If you could customize that, it would be make it so.
And Commander Riker would be the standard voice that I'd use for that.
Oh, that's perfect.
No, it would be Majel Barrett's voice.
Yeah.
I like that.
So is your fuckum directed
I know, it's
at
The computer.
is it directed at Vicelli's itself or at people who think that Vicelli's is good?
Well, I mean, it's kind of both, right? Because you can't have Vicelli's without people who think it's good.
That's
but
true.
have you ever met
so-
anybody that has said that? Because I haven't. I've never met anybody that said, "Oh boy, Vicelli's."
Okay, a few episodes back, we had people that said, Red Lobster's a 5-star restaurant, and Golden Corral is a good place to go on Sundays.
Whoa.
Again,
What?
I mean, nobody.
Again,
none of us said that, but people.
my
do.
point is that
yes, people do
again,
say that.
and I'm going to bring this quote up again. People are stupid.
Yeah,
Most people are stupid.
we did all agree on that.
If we distilled down all of our fuckums, what we would be saying at the heart of it all is fuck stupid people. Like, because stupid people are at the heart of it all. Like, none of us are like, fuck the weather. Or fuck, like, Earth. Or fuck, like, something. It's like, No, everything's pretty much fine if it's just the stupid people.
I actually don't agree with that.
Wait, what?
I don't agree with that because
Huh?
I
Wait,
think
you can't fuck nature.
No. I'm saying it's not stupid people all the time. Sometimes there's one smart person who's on top of a pile of stupid people.
Oh, right.
And it's their fault.
Yeah.
No, because they still need those stupid people.
I mean, without the stupid people, it wouldn't work. But like, that's the person whose fault it actually is.
Without stupid people, Donald Trump wouldn't be president.
Right.
Donald Trump didn't say, like, if there were no stupid people.
The coal mines aren't coming back, folks.
I did think of that first.
Well, yeah, I mean, he
Without
appealed to
thinking.
stupid people. Like,
Yeah.
He went to Monessen and said, "I'm going to reopen the steel
mines,
mills."
yeah.
Like,
Hey, we might have listeners in Monessen.
no, there's nothing wrong with Monessen. I live pretty close to Monessen, but he went there and he lied to their faces and said, "I'm going to reopen the steel mills."
Same
to
with
gain their
Johnstown,
votes. Like,
same with West Virginia.
It's never going to happen. The steel mills aren't coming back.
Yeah, we like our
No.
clean air
Yeah.
here.
Anyways,
And Google's here now. We don't need that shit.
I like how you Donald Trump Manessa. These people are criminals and racist. Some of them, I assume, are good people.
Hey, I think
We're going to build a wall around Manessa.
Madison.
Madison.
But you know what?
Whatever.
There's at least, hey.
You've lived
I
your
saw
whole
one black guy.
I don't like anybody in Manessa.
where is this? Where are the
This is
Monessans
Manessa.
at? There's people from
No,
Manessa.
a Manessan is a person from Manessa, right? I mean,
Right?
that's what my advisors tell me. That's what I don't know.
Someone who's listening is going to be like, hey, you ever heard of Manessa? Where's that? I mean, I know where Monessen is. but I don't know where
Oklahoma.
Monessen is. Is that nearby? Is that East Monessen?
Is that like a neighbor city?
Is that like a neighborhood within Monessen?
Is it like its own separate neighborhood within a neighborhood? I mean, Bud, that'd be crazy.
Hashtag Chris Geography.
Excellent.
You look very formal today, Chris.
I was at a birthday party for a 1-year-old. I had to look formal.
Well, obviously.
You can't just show up to a 1-year-old's birthday party.
They're not just going to be happy to see you or anything.
Who are you
Everybody-
dressing up for? You,
Just so you know,
because
I'm dressed as
the
an elf.
1-year-old doesn't. The 1-year-old can't tell if you're dressed funny or
yeah.
not.
Yeah.
So like you can wear whatever the fuck you want, and the 1-year-old's not going to care.
Yeah.
I-
No, that
you're
was
dressing up for the
what you
people.
went to was
You're
an
dressed
excuse
up for the
for
adults.
adults to get drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly
And eat
what I
food.
went to.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
The baby was just tertiary.
Yeah,
Looking.
It's a 1-year-old. Doesn't understand anything.
Shout out to Matt, though. Congratulations.
Yes.
Matt is
Matt.
procreated.
Matt is a wonderful human being.
My longest living friend at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Matt. And Matt is also an excellent mechanic.
Cool.
Yeah.
Also, he named his son Angus, which is awesome.
Oh, it's just,
wow.
by the way, great movie. Great movie.
Yeah. But
Angus.
That was a great movie.
I call him the steak because,
Beef.
He's 8 pounds of meat. That's all he
Does
is.
he look like he would be?
Wait a minute.
Angus.
The kid's a year old. He's only 8 pounds.
I don't know.
Oh,
Pounds is
That's
usually
like-
a
that's-
newborn. That's a newborn.
yeah.
Wait.
That's
People
like
who
a.
don't have kids don't know anything about
Yeah.
the numbers involved with kids.
I'm not.
People
I mean, like this
oh, yeah,
is
they're-
this is 8 pounds.
I was 9'4" when I was born.
Oh, so speaking of which, you guys don't get this because I'm a girl, and I have a lot of female friends that I'm like, how old is your child? And I touch it like a spider, little babies, and they're like, oh, you're a dad. What is with the thing with naming? When do you stop naming children or aging children in months?
I was just gonna say, no one who
I get
doesn't have
that
kids
all
knows
the
about months
time.
A year.
at all.
A year.
Yeah.
Okay, because
So, I asked this question
you're
recently.
not a piece of shit then
I
because
asked this
I've
question recently.
people do it all the time.
I said,
People
like,
do
because Maria was like, yeah, Tommy's going to be 2 months, 2 months old coming up. And I was like, oh, okay. What's the big deal?
When do we stop saying?
but there
It's
are
like, well, you're supposed to get like 3-month-old pictures, 6-month-old pictures,
No.
9-month-old pictures.
and
like,
by the way, thank you for not being a douche and doing
wait, what?
that.
We got I'm like, you want to take them to get Christmas pictures like in a week, and then you're going to take them back and get them pictures for 3 months? No, we're not doing that.
But
It's like, how
there's-
many pictures do you have on your phone?
I know moms that
Right.
say, "Oh, I'm like, hey, how does your kid?" Not knowing any sort of litmus test for like what, and they're like 32 months. I'm like, wait,
Yeah.
you mean
More
two
than
and
2
and a
years.
quarter? 2 years.
almost
Your fucking
3
kid is
years.
2 years old.
Yeah,
Fuck
like
you.
so your kid's in preschool now. It's like that's what you're telling me.
Shut the fuck
Your
up.
kid's
Quit being
in-
an asshole.
Whenever Tommy gets to a year, he's a year. He's
Yeah.
a year and a half.
Until he's
Thank you.
I could say 2.5 years for 32 months.
Thank
that's
you
that's
for not
cool.
being
You know,
a douchebag.
that's allowable.
I appreciate that.
But that was I was gonna say, the math when it comes to kids.
Yeah. Thank you.
Nobody. Also pounds. I don't know how fucking heavy I was when I was born.
No, I don't know anything about pounds,
Yeah, I don't know how
skin
big is a
color,
human baby
gender.
supposed to be?
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
I might have been a lizard
How
kid.
many-
I don't know. Greg and I know. We were born in the same hospital on the same day.
That's right.
Like, you just have one.
Yeah.
You still can't tell me
Really?
what an average.
You didn't know that?
Tommy
No.
was 7-11.
Wait, too many cross conversations.
Yeah, everybody stop.
Everybody stop. Okay.
All right.
Who's prioritizing?
Dan.
How old is a kid supposed to be?
Well, Tommy was 7-11 when he was born,
Okay.
and he was healthy.
All right. So
But like I've heard like babies being like 9 pounds or 10 pounds, and like, well, that's a big baby. Or I've heard of babies being like 6 pounds.
My friend just had twins, and she had 2 healthy 5-pound babies, but
Yeah.
they're twins. So
So
they come out
between
smaller.
1
They come
and
out
20
smaller.
pounds is reasonable for a human baby.
In my head,
Probably like when you dip below 5, I would imagine there's some significant risk there.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's premature babies. Yeah.
I just think of babies as meat. So, like, I think the size of a ham
Yeah.
for like
Yeah.
a happy
Right?
baby, or like a nice porterhouse
From
for
like
like
a
being
healthy-sized
firstborn.
hamburger to like a big slab.
Yeah.
of meat.
The
So,
Baconator.
I can't
Yeah.
wait to show
Yeah.
you because my friend's baby girl looks like Corey Feldman. I should monkey this. She does look like Corey Feldman. She's even got a baby mullet.
Oh man.
Has your friend ever met Corey Feld?
No. And I'm not going to.
I see where you're going with this,
Sure.
Greg.
Is her husband?
I can't wait to
Very
check
cool.
it out.
Or has she met Skrillex?
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
'Cause they're the
he looks,
same
yeah, they're the
person.
same person.
What?
Skrillex and
Have
Corey
you ever seen
Feldman look
Skrillex?
exactly
No.
the same.
Skrillex looks exactly like a young
Honestly,
Corey
I didn't
Feldman.
even I never considered Skrillex as a person. I just thought like
Good man.
I don't know. Like,
Yeah, right?
Skrillex is like a couple of dudes like in a basement just like mixing shit around and making noise.
It's like a BoJack Horseman's one child on top of another child.
Oh, my God.
They happen to be good at mixing.
Yeah.
Well, the top one has to be is a good DJ.
But I told Lindsay's husband, I went to college with both Lindsay and her husband. That's the Corey Feldman mom. And I was like, dude, your daughter looks like Corey Feldman. He's like, I know, I can't bring it to tell Lindsay.
Well, now we all just did. So,
She
Lindsay,
would never listen to this in a million years.
Well, fuck her then.
We swear.
Fuck Lindsay and fuck Corey Feldman.
Nice.
No, not Corey. No,
Yeah,
sorry. I
fuck
take that
Lindsay.
back. I
Fuck
did
Lindsay.
not mean
Fuck
Corey Feldman.
Skrillex.
Corey
Fuck
Feldman.
Skrillex.
Corey Feldman is the voice of Donatello
Yes.
slash on Turtles, so I'm not going to say fuck Corey Feldman. I would love to have Corey Feldman on the show. That'd be fantastic.
Thanks, man.
That'd be great.
Yeah, that would be a train wreck.
Whoa, you never know.
Yeah.
He's a fucking wreck.
Is he?
Yeah.
I thought he was times. No,
He was getting his shit together, wasn't he?
I think it's fine.
He has like a harem. He has like a harem of women.
Yeah,
Good for him.
good for him.
But like, did he like
Bring him on the
brainwashes
show.
and? Yeah, I don't know. Like I've seen him. I'm like, wow, you are like, this is what happens. This is what happens when you're fucking being like recorded from the time you're whatever
Amanda Bynes.
9 years old.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you. I don't know. He's a mess.
He's all.
But I mean, I would
all
love
the
to have him
time.
on the show.
I'd like to give a shout out to my mom for allowing me not to do that. Like, well, I was on the, I was in the auditions for House Guest when they shot that here.
Yeah.
The kid at the beginning that's played Sinbad, I was in the running for that part, and there was like the first round of whatever in auditions, and then there was the next round, and after the next round, they were like, "Yeah, we're interested," and then I was like a really young kid, and I was like, "I want to go like play with my friend." I was actually, that was D. And D listens. D, I'm pretty sure I was on my way over to your house, dude. And Mom was like, okay, you want to go? And I was like, yeah, I want to go. This isn't fun. Because we were there for a while.
Yeah.
And so Mom was like, okay, we can just go. And we just went. And like, thank you, Mom, for letting me do that because I might be super fucked up right now if that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would
Like, 'cause
definitely
they're
not be
parents.
you.
Right, of course not. Yeah, like those parents, like Corey Feldman's mom was like, no, we're staying because you're almost got this.
Right. Yeah, and then you're all like fucked up. Like, fuck, I gotta sit here and do like
Yeah.
you don't really want to do it when it starts.
Right.
But then after it's gone on for so long, you can't not do it.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
the
Like
norm.
because you're
don't
just
know how to do
you're
anything else.
fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there are the child stars that realize, like, I should probably go to college. But, or whatever. Like, you know, be
Some
normal.
self-aware child stars.
Yeah, there's the called. Natalie Portman did that. Mm-hmm. She was, because she was,
Right.
you know.
Right.
Yeah, she could fucking graduate from Harvard.
And I feel like well, I mean like the Full House crew, like they didn't do shit after Full House.
That's true.
Especially
Except for
Stephanie.
the twins.
Oh.
The
Yeah,
Mary Kate and Ashley, they continued to like fucking do shit, and then look at them, just like a couple of Corey Feldmans.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that. They have more money than God. So,
Well, I mean, like, so would Corey Feldman had he not, like, blown it all
I
off.
mean, their parents were better managers than his parents.
Right. The fact is, they're having to fucking manage, 2 people that are.
Yeah.
I mean, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Man, that sucks. Like, you spend like an entire incarnation. Hopefully, there's like reincarnation, so like you get another go. Like,
If your parents were dicks and they made you into child star.
yeah, like well, next time around. What?
I was going to say the chick that played Stephanie Tanner.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She
was addicted to meth.
Heroin.
Yeah,
Meth.
Meth.
Yeah.
It was meth. I actually she had a real Facebook for a while. It wasn't like this is my fan Facebook, and she friended me, and
Wait, she friended you in that direction?
no, I think I friended her. She accepted my friend request. Let me clarify that.
Okay.
She was friends with somebody I work with, and I looked and I was like, "There's no way Jodie Foster actually has a real Facebook and is friends with this weird person I work with."
Wait, you're friends with Jodie
Jodie
Foster?
Sweeten. Yeah.
I'm just screwing everything up today.
Really cool.
I'm a train wreck.
God
I'm
damn.
literally ruining everything today. Jodie Sweeten, thank you. I've never seen anybody that looks like that and that is an actual like star of something, because she was on Fuller House at this point when I friended her, and it was just a natural. I was like, hey, I know you don't know me, but I like Full House. That was literally how I presented with my friendship to her, and she was like, yep, and gave me like a thumbs up thing. And
Was
then
this the time at which you could like attach a message to your friend request, because you can't do that anymore, I don't think. But
it was just a sticker, a thumbs up sticker is what she
Okay.
sent to me. Like, yeah, it's cool. We can be friends on Facebook.
No, but you sent her a message attached to your friend request.
yeah.
But Fuller House just came out. That was
Last year.
Last year.
It was last year when this happened.
Oh well, shit. You should ask her if she wants to come on the show.
No, because this is my story. She had this crazy meltdown that was like bizarre, and her Facebook does not exist anymore, where she was talking about like gang rape and all this weird shit that people were accusing her of, and like just the filthiest mouth you can possibly imagine. And it stayed up for 2 days, and then her profile was just deleted forever.
and she apologized for it on her public profile.
Who is it?
Did she?
Yeah,
Jodie
she
Sweeten.
did. Jodie Sweeten.
Fuller House.
And I really wish that I would have like screen capped that, but at the time I was just like, ooh, celebrity intrigue.
I'm sure that someone did, and in which case we can recap that.
Yeah,
that somewhere.
but it was completely deleted. I'm no longer friends with her, and I'm kind of sad. The same thing happened with Michael Keaton after he, because I was friends with his personal profile too.
Yeah.
And that was the same thing. I was just like, hey, I'm just a fan, but it's cool that you have a personal profile. And for like a year, I was friends with him. And that was such a shame, because nothing, like, he had like a public thing when he got nominated for Birdman.
Right.
And he just couldn't take it anymore. It was like, no, I don't have a personal profile anymore. People are fucking crazy in Pittsburgh.
I guess so.
We should email him and ask him if he wants to come on the show.
I love Mike
he's
Keaton.
so
cool.
I told you guys.
I would. I mean, Batman coming to the shop or coming to my house. I can't.
my God.
I can't believe. I can't,
And the Vulture.
The Vulture. Yeah. It's gonna be-
Yeah.
incredible.
Oh, man. So good.
We got to do that before he becomes a Vulture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
Once he gets that Marvel money.
Yeah, he's not coming anywhere, man.
He has Batman money.
You're right. He already has Batman money. And
Yeah.
He's from Pittsburgh. We should ask him.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm going to ask. Well, before I ask the question, I'll just say, not as there's no story behind, but I was like Facebook friends with Perry Farrell for a brief second before that same kind of thing. Like before they realized that it was a bad idea to just oh yeah, sure, like I have more friends now. Like I was like
all these random people I don't know.
I was like, oh cool, this is so cool, and then like that, and then that was gone. Anyway, but no, what's the thing with Michael Keaton playing Vulture? I don't know anything about this.
Oh, the new Spider-Man movie. He's the Vulture.
Okay.
Which I hope, and I mean, it's like sort of a. They have to have chosen him, or like put him in the running because of Birdman. Like
Obviously,
he's
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
that's got to be part of it. But yeah, he's going to be the Vulture, the antagonist of the new Spider-Man movie, the Spider-Man that was in Civil War.
So I don't know anything about Vulture, but
He's one of
what's
the-
his persona like?
He's one of the classic early villains.
Yeah.
He's like an old dude who.
He shit. So the suit gives him. Does he get
Strength.
the same? Like similar to the Green Goblin, where does it make him young again?
Yeah, his obsession is eternal life.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and the suit like allows him to, despite looking really old and frail, like have strength. And,
Right.
agility and things like that. Plus, it can fly.
Right.
So, like maybe his version of Batman, like this, I don't know. I'm trying to like put together like his Batman, his portrayal of Batman.
Well, Michael Keaton could do anything, so I'm not even thinking about what he might look like, but it might like be.
Corey Feldman, baby. Sorry.
I'm gonna say Derek Zoolander.
That hair.
Come on. Do you see what I'm
And
talking
that
about?
face.
We're looking at a picture of Becky's friend,
We should
friend's
not.
baby, which
Girl.
we should post. We should post on the. We can't tease these people. You like this is your fault. We have to
Oh,
post
I don't
that.
care.
Yeah, now we have to post it.
The dad agreed with me. She's actually a cute kid. Now, this was a year ago.
I'm
but
gonna write this down.
Yeah, I mean, it just-
Post
come on.
resembles
Do you see
Corey.
what I mean about the Corey Feldman?
Corey Feldman and Zoolander.
Corey Feldman, baby.
baby.
The other boy
I mean,
looks normal.
they might be able to like create some internet meme out of their baby
That's
picture.
actually a
and-
good meme picture.
Yeah, like it really is.
Like that,
Like, you could
that
have
success
Derek
kid.
Zoolander quote.
The
like, in
success
there.
kid. Yeah.
Somebody's gonna come up to you in a bar one time and be like, "Hey, so fun fact about me, I'm the success kid."
I'm the Corey
Wait,
Feldman
what?
baby.
And you
I'm
show
the
you a
Corey
picture,
Feldman
and
baby.
you'll be like, "Oh my god, that's you."
That's me.
Oh man. So
Yeah, we went
it's
all
time-
over the place.
Yeah, we've been we're zigzagging.
It's the second show.
we're swerving.
But we're coming back.
Yeah, we're driving, but we're swerving. We're coming back. God ain't got us yet.
I'm not even sure what the fuck 'em was, to be honest. We went from Vicelli's Pizza to Babies to...
The
Vulture.
fucking was pizza. The intended fucking was
Bocelli's.
Hawaiian pizza
Bocelli's
from
pizza.
Dan, but I like Hawaiian pizza.
I like Hawaiian
Hawaiian
pizza,
pizza,
too.
too.
As do
I
I.
think everybody here
He
likes
is-
Hawaiian pizza, but apparently
he's the
Dan
only
hates
one.
that shit. But he got up to
Daniel.
go do something. I'm not sure what.
Because he's always
some
doing
Coffee.
something.
So
coffee
fuck people who
shit,
don't
or
like Hawaiian
You got to
pizza.
go smoke a cigarette or do something. I don't know. He's never at the table when we need him to be. He's just he's just over there doing something. So anyway, he's also supposed to do the Chris list, which he
yeah.
volunteered for, but he's still not at the table. So I don't know.
That's all right.
All my
I'll fill in the
segments-
gap
Yeah,
until he
Greg.
comes back. I'll say,
Greg.
hey, to piggyback on Chris's thing, I precursor. I am in the minority on this. But when Chris said, "Fuck people who are fans of Vicelli's Pizza or claim to be," I am the only person. I think this might be true. I'm not a big fan. Anybody here ever eat at shit? What's no, not Permanis. The one that's in. It's in Brookline. It's shit. It's on Capitol.
Stone pizza?
Furies.
Oh, Furies. Oh.
I like Furies.
Now,
Now-
I'm actually glad that Dan isn't at the microphone for this one because I'm just going to go ahead and say that Furies, a lot of people from that area like to say that Furies is the best in the city, but I don't think it is.
Thank you.
Yes.
Goddamn.
I don't
Thank
think it
you.
is. I like it. It's good. I do like it. If they would like to sponsor the podcast, that'd be fine, and I
is
would
good.
be glad to retract my statement. But at this point, it's not the best.
No, Minio's a go fuck yourself.
Minios is the best. Yeah, Minios is the best. Yeah.
I don't know.
that's-
You ever
that's-
have on Potomac Avenue in
Dan's coming back
Dormont?
now.
I don't know if it's still there. It was
Campides?
Yeah, Campides.
I've had that. Yeah.
I haven't
that's-
had that.
That's
I can't-
That's my
I
favorite.
can't say anything about that.
Yeah, it was pretty
Not
really
had
good.
I was in Campides with my niece, and there was a guy there who was trying to give away Penguins tickets. And
All right.
it was a preseason game. I'd never seen the Penguins before. I'm not a sports fan, by the way. Like it's cool seeing a whole congregation of people coming together for an event. It's neat.
I like that you use the word congregation because that's what it fucking is.
Yes.
Yeah.
It flowed right out, as you can tell.
Yeah.
So, no, it's neat. And that was the one sports team that I had not seen yet at that point. Because I've been to Pirates games, of course, everybody has. And I've seen the Steelers, I think, once or twice, just by happenstance. But I'd never seen the Penguins. It was neat to see a preseason game. Anyway, a guy at Campides, while I was waiting for my pizza, was giving away tickets. I went with my niece. Spur of the moment. Pretty cool. So I've got a good memory of Campides.
Do you like the pizza? Great story, Greg. Do you like the
Awesome
pizza?
job, Dan.
For some reason, the memory of the pizza was obscured. But I've got good positivity associated with it.
So you'll go back.
Yeah, go to Campides. You can get some tickets.
Pizza may or may not be good.
but it's totally worth it regardless.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
What is this Chris list?
So Chris
Not
Gamera,
you.
Okay.
Chris Gamera
Different
is
Chris.
a fan of ours and a longtime
Other
friend of
Chris.
Woodland Hills crew as a Jared and Monkey, and he asked us to list our 5 favorite comics of all time.
No, this
And
we've been trying to do this for
months.
months.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
we decided that one of us is going to do one every episode because we've now made it like the Fedco Zone, the
Right.
Chris list.
We're trying to do each segment instead of doing like alternating episodes. We're doing each one.
Yeah. I went
each
last episode.
That makes sense.
So we just did what Chin's doing. Now we're going to
Yeah,
do.
these are my.
And also the Chris list is pronounced as the Fedco Zone is pronounced the Chris list.
Oh shit.
So
Yeah.
It's-
All of
Exactly.
this makes sense.
I like how when we podcast, we explain to the listener exactly what and how we're doing things.
yeah.
So
we
this-
haven't
there-
thought about these things
yeah,
before.
it's very clear
Yeah.
about the structure or lack thereof.
Oh,
Yeah,
so-
exactly.
Oh, okay. First of all, let's not. Okay, I have a sheet in front
You
of me.
do.
Yes.
The teacher in me is very proud of you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
This is being organized at some level.
Yes.
It's just there's some scribbles, there's some crossouts, and we're also on the fly explaining how things.
I just want to
I
explain
think it's
that
funny.
Jared's brow is furrowed. Like, I have a list in front of me.
I have thought about this previously.
I've spent 10 minutes on this.
Oh,
Jared actually helped me design this list, so
I complimented you when I saw
thank
it.
you.
I have a really random aside that doesn't fit in any segment, but I wanted to get it out because Monkey and I have been discussing it for a while. Because as we know, we all get into some yinzeries, especially Don Gili and Jared, and even myself. But the Skyrim, if any of you play any Bethesda games, whether it's Fallout, you can add mods, something called mods. Whether it doesn't matter what it is. We want a Yinzer mod of any game, especially Skyrim, where
We could probably figure out how to do that.
yes, any player.
I'm surprised nobody's done that.
I know.
I am too.
But I would love Monkey. And keep in mind, I was on bed rest for a long time. The special edition came out for free when anyone legally purchased the game, and we were playing. We were going through our mods. And we were like, there should be a Yinzer mod. Just hey.
I used to
Yin's
do
gotta-
stuff, but I got an arrow to my knee.
Exactly. You didn't kill that dragon. Oh, jeez. Well, first of all, you got to get some ice chip chopped ham, increase your stamina.
All the items are changed.
Yeah, exactly.
A really in-depth Yinzer
Yeah,
mod would be
pierogies
amazing.
plus 10 magicka. But we
just hire Pittsburgh Dad. Like,
Oh
have
yeah,
him do the
yeah.
voiceovers.
We should probably ask him to be on the show.
We probably should.
He's a nice
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, I've met him before.
My mom dated the guy. So Chris Pretzka, his dad, who like the show is based on, and what's Wooten? I forget the first guy's name. Kurt Wooten. I guess he went to Penn Hills. They dated, and she's like, "Oh, I know that guy. I dated him." I'm like, "So you dated the real Pittsburgh Dad?" She's like, "Yeah." So
We should definitely ask him if he should be on the show. Because I think it'd be
yeah,
it's a good idea.
I'll send him an email. I have his email.
Good.
Yeah, are we
What were
getting?
we doing? Oh, the Chris list.
Yeah, Chris.
Danny?
Let's-
So yeah,
I feel like it's more appropriate. Like instead of Daniel, I like Danny as a probably that's when other people say not Dan. That's what they say. They don't say Daniel. They say like people who know you really well from when you were younger.
yeah,
say
it's Danny. Yeah.
Yeah, Danny.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I mean that's
cool.
That's what I get. That's what I've. My names are Dan and Danny.
Yeah. Daniel isn't one of them as far as
Daniel, it started much later, but or
My
much
friend
earlier.
Vicky
at
wants to
birth.
be called Victoria. Vicky, if you're listening, I know you're listening. You'll get a kick out of this, and anybody else, my other friends are listening from high school. Vicky, I'm calling you Vicky. You're not Victoria. I'm sorry.
No, you can't.
I love you so much, but you can't request to be called Victoria.
You can't tack on. I feel like there's something about syllables when you can't tack on like 2 extra ones.
No.
like that's excessive.
Yeah, it is.
Like especially, I mean, I feel like 2 syllables max. 3 max. But like if you're transitioning from like a monosyllabic name,
Yeah.
you can't just go like 1 to 4.
No.
I mean, even with Vicky, you have
Vicky's
2.
two.
Do you-
you double? You can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to switch to Danny?
That was Jared's
I mean,
suggestion.
I just said that. I don't know
Like,
if he wants to switch.
This
to
could
that.
be a pivotal moment.
This
in
could be.
podcast
This is
history.
name changing. This could be like on the level like P Diddy
Are you switching?
or yeah,
Dan-
like
Daniel
Hashtag
becomes
switching
Danny.
yeah,
Daniel becomes Danny. Subtitle.
or Prince. That was a big moment when he He switched to the symbol.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Maybe the listeners now know you well enough. Instead of calling you Daniel, like they're allowed now
Yeah,
to call you Daniel.
we are now on a more intimate level.
Right. Everyone
The
who's
artist
listening to
formerly
this.
known as
History
Daniel.
Yeah.
just made.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Understanding.
Thanks, everybody. We're-
So, I have a quick story for this one-year-old party I was at. That this is relevant because my friend Matt's brother, his daughter. This is the first time I met her, and she's just learning people's names. And my name is Chris, and it's always been Chris, and nobody has ever been able to do either Chris or my last name, which we don't do last names here, so I'm not going to say it. But that's it. You call me my first name or my last name. Any nickname is never stuck. And tonight, she looks at everybody, and she looks at everyone. She's naming everybody's names. And she looks at me, and she points, and they say, okay, what's his name? And she smiles, and she says, Butts. And
another hashtag is actress's butt.
and I was like, man, I just wanted to stick. I wanted to stick so hard. I would love anybody to call me Butts. You guys can just call me Butts from now on.
You're definitely Butts. Yeah. That is not even. You don't have to ask.
Butts is on the show, boys.
Butts.
Butts.
Yeah, on the show, we got butts.
And I was like,
Were you on the show when we said I rock butts? Dude?
yeah, I was there.
Okay. Just so you remember that.
Oh yeah,
All right.
nah.
That wasn't even on during an episode of the show. That was
We were just hanging out.
yeah.
Yeah.
We were talking about anal sex.
Yeah.
And and somebody just out of the blue. Well, not out of the blue.
No. Because we didn't know that one of our friends was doing that with his girlfriend, and so we found that out, and we were like, oh shit. And then
like he was
I rock butts, dude.
yeah. As he was he wasn't necessarily
Butts, dude.
involved in the conversation. He was making some fucking lentil soup and then sticking a gross can of fish into this canned soup. It was like a canned meal. And we're talking about anal sex, and it was, just funny. And then all of a sudden, as he's doing that, he looks up, he's like, I rock butts, dude!
He didn't say that first.
No.
Yeah.
No, I said that. He didn't say that.
No, he said that.
No, he did not.
He said, I rock butts, dude.
There's no way to, he did not say that. We're not going to argue.
We're not, not on,
He didn't say
not
that.
now.
I'm not giving him the credit of making that up.
I don't care who rocks butts. Nobody rocks me, and I'm Butts.
You see more books.
So
Anyway.
we still haven't gone to the Chris list.
Yeah, Chris List.
It's time. It's time to get into the Chris list.
So I was having a really hard time with my Chris list, and while most of us are having a hard time narrowing it down to 5, or presumably it's only been 1, but I'm having a hard time getting to 5 because there are so many. But I have 3 that I could solidly say will be part of it, and if anybody came up to me wondering where they should get started in comics based on what I like or whatever, because they appreciate my perspective, I could say hands down you could get a good idea of what I like in comics by reading Transmetropolitan, also by reading Sandman, and by reading Nameless. Those 3 comics, I feel I would recommend to anyone. Like, hey, I was thinking about checking it out. Well, if you enjoy having conversations with me that are just meandering through the inner workings of our minds, mine would. Those are the 3.
You actually got me into Transmetropolitan, and I ended up buying. Oh, I got you the first couple trades. Daniel is so generous with how he helps me out, and I had to repay him in a couple of Transmet trades. But he got me into it, and again, as a former political scientist, thankfully. But there's a lot of socioeconomic and political themes in that, to say the least. I mean, it demands a lot of the reader. Transmet, I'd say
for sure.
But it's very, very well written. It's kind of heavy-handed. I will. But intentionally and very well written.
Yeah, it is. It is intentional, and the themes in it. I don't know if you find yourself being kind of jaded, but still getting your own joke about this fucking thing, it's all fucked up, but at the same time being like, yeah.
Well,
like things
shit's
have like
there.
historically
Yeah.
since humans started congregating in large numbers and establishing like roles to govern behavior, like we've always been a little bit fucked up, but like things are actually also like pretty great.
Yeah.
And if you can be angry and still laugh at yourself, you'll love Transmetropolitan. Sandman is Sandman is also dealing with some really interesting existential issues, but it doesn't have. It's not as lighthearted as Transmet. No. And then Nameless just takes you on like a fucking ride into.
How many have you done so far?
3.
All 5?
He only won 3.
Yeah, I'm only.
only three?
Yeah, because I said I'm having such a hard time coming up with 2 more that I would say this encompasses what I love about comics that I would recommend absolutely. There's I could say a bunch. I could rattle them off, but the list becomes really long. Where I feel like these 3, Transmet, Sandman, and Nameless, are hands down. And this is what I currently love about comics, and also loved as a child.
Okay.
So I'm going to stick with those 3.
Awesome.
Okay.
We should maybe put our each of our top 5 or top 3, would you, on the Facebook page probably.
We can do that. And
On a
maybe,
website.
I mean, if Dan has them available, then,
Yeah,
we gotta get
and maybe
them
links to your
at
store.
Southside Comics.
got a
I
lot
know
of
you
them.
have Sandman. You definitely have
A
Sandman.
lot of
Yeah.
Sandman.
Yeah.
We'll put on, let me have the website or something.
Yeah.
We can do that. I like to get more traffic to the website.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on from sorry, that was the Crest list. So move on from that to the books. So what we're going to do, there's a new segment. It was on the last podcast called Greg Didn't Read It. But
I did. I swear. I sat down to read it twice. It just didn't sink in.
it's okay.
It didn't
all right.
sink in.
It's okay.
The attempt was
Just
made.
roll with it.
All right. Okay.
So this episode is going to be Chris Didn't Read It. So what I'm going to do, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to hand Chris this book. He is not. You haven't read this,
Oh
right?
man, this is
Which one is it?
It's called Namesake.
Namesake.
No, I have not read
Chris has
Namesake.
not read Namesake. So what we're going to do is Chris is going to first. I'm going to tell you the book. I'm going to tell you all that stuff, and I'm going to give it to Chris. He's going to flip through it page by page and try to describe what he sees
This is a good
in
one.
brief spurts. Then I'm going to translate what's actually happening,
We did this last episode.
and it's going to be funny. So he's also not allowed to read the word bubbles. So he's just going by what the pictures look like.
So I'm just describing this comic
Yep.
page by
You're
page.
describing what you think is happening in this comic,
Yeah.
and I'm going to then fill in.
You have 10 seconds per page.
welcome
Oh boy,
Yeah.
Christmas
Chris
came
didn't
early
read
for our
it.
listeners.
So this book is Namesake. It's written by Steve Orlando. Orlando, I love you,
Orlando. Book of Mormon. It's coming back to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it's illustrated by Jacob Rebelka.
Jakub Rebelka.
It
He's
looks
Czech.
like Rebecca from somebody he's got.
All right, so
Just go page by page.
yeah. So there's a seemingly Russian man on the cover. He's wearing the Bane thing, the Bane jacket. You guys know what I'm talking about? The Bane jacket.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
There's fur on
Yeah.
the collar. It's a long
That
jacket.
is such a Bane jacket.
It's such a
Yes.
Bane
Yeah.
jacket. Yeah. And then he's got what looks like Christmas bulbs attached to a bike chain.
Don't tell us what it seems. Tell us what you know
tell us what's
from what
happening.
you see. Yeah, tell us what is happening.
Just go to the first page.
That doesn't change
The
what I
cover's
said.
on- whatever.
All right.
Okay, so.
So I can't read anything, or
No.
can I read like the
No, look at the pictures.
Nope.
It's all
You've
about
read it already. You know this story.
pictures. Pretend that you're Greg and you're pretending that you've read this.
All right.
That's unfair.
I'm chan-
Bullshit your way through this, please.
Okay.
I did read Mayday, I swear.
Even I read Mayday. I wasn't even here to cover that.
So did I.
All right. So
It's gotta be able to read like the title.
yeah, it says this takes place in Hartford, Connecticut. I don't believe that. It looks like either Japan, Russia, or France.
It's the future.
Oh, it's the future of Hartford, Connecticut, which doesn't exist.
I can't really say that for sure. I think it's the future.
Have you ever seen Hartford, Connecticut?
Yeah, it's boring as fuck.
Yeah,
That's
it
not Hartford.
looks like Century 3 Mall. The entire fucking city.
Okay. So continue. Next page.
So then, all right, there's a party. I'm not reading any bubbles. It just says blessing in the background, and there's a bunch of, like, it looks like Snoo from Reddit, and it's all their heads. And this guy with the Bane jacket, and he doesn't look happy.
All right, so it's
We need less description and more just tell us what. Tell us what's going on.
Let me fill in the gaps on the first page. What Chris is thinking but not saying. Bane is in this comic. This is another appearance of the character Bane. He's at a party. The partygoers don't know that shit's about to go down because Bane's there. But he's looking and he's thinking, like, he's pulling his jacket aside and he's like, I'm about to nuke this place. And then you turn the page and
Hold on. Let me go now.
Okay, all right. Now
You got it.
Chris, take over.
So that's what you should be doing.
Yeah,
Thank you, Greg. That was
Greg
all right.
didn't read it.
I get it. I get
so,
it.
No, what I'm going to do is try to explain. So, actually, you know what? Maybe I should. Actually, maybe you two should just go back and forth.
Yeah,
All right.
please do.
No. You should step in.
I don't know.
You should
if I step in, then I pollute.
I don't want to confuse the fuck out of our listeners.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pollute it. Just Chris. Now it's your turn.
All right.
You have to.
So it turns out Bane's a firefighter,
Okay.
and he likes the ladies, and he's. It's either creepy.
He does not.
He likes the ladies. Don't listen to him.
Not actually.
No, because there's this other guy in a wife beater, and he has a Molotov cocktail. Cock might be the emphasized portion of that. Then there's pills everywhere and beer, and then there's a bunch of chicks making out.
This is when I quit reading.
It's true.
For the record.
Okay. So maybe he doesn't like the ladies at all. All right.
Page, now it's Greg's turn.
Okay, next page. Now the fire's been put out. Other firefighters have showed up, so he's no longer unique. And there's a bunch of really sorry-looking fucks by a police car. They're getting arrested. They're not happy about it, as one often is not. And yeah, so they're. But I mean, this one guy's got a grill, and he looks like he's really, really mean. So Bane is talking to him, and it looks like, oh man, the next page they go into fisticuffs. Take over, Chris.
Wait, was I on the fisticuffs page? All right, so now they're just all talking. There's a lot of dialogue. They're just talking. They're looking sad at the ground. Somebody's getting taken. The police showed up, by the way. There's a guy, and he's old, and he has like seashells for earrings. He seems to be very smug about himself, whatever he did. He looks like he farted on purpose. And everyone around is just like,
No, it doesn't look like he did.
You're right.
He did.
You're right.
He farted
Stop
on
saying what it looks
purpose.
like. Tell us what's happening.
That was the page I just did, man.
What? Then why aren't you talking about how much he farted on purpose? Everybody knows.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. So you went like 3 pages ahead of where I was.
I was,
Becky also took the comic from me.
I was doing left and right at the same time.
All right.
So then I turned the page and then I turned the page.
His narrative is more fluid than yours is right now.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This is
I kind of threw Chris into this.
Well, I know. I'm just saying.
all right. So, anyways, the guy that farts, who definitely farted, he's strangling Bane, and then like Bane eats his fingers.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
On the next page, they're talking about Bane eating this guy's fingers, and nobody's happy. And then Skrillex shows up at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And now it's Greg's turn.
So Skrillex, in case you didn't know, Skrillex is the alter ego of Corey Feldman, and
And my friend Lindsay's baby.
and Lindsay's baby.
Yeah.
So Lindsay's baby shows up at the bottom of this page, and so there are a couple of dudes now. Bane takes off his fighter costume, and he's sitting on the couch on a love seat with another dude. They're both in well, actually the other dude's in a wife beater, so it's looking like some homo sexy times. So if you're into homo sexy times, you might like Namesake. because it looks like as I turn the page, these homosexy times are going to be narrated by Chris. So take it away, Chris. Homosexy times.
Yeah, Bane's abs are banging. Like, I could wash my clothes on his chest. It's amazing. So then he has washboard abs.
It's impressive if your abs go all the way up to your
Chris
chest.
has a girlfriend, by the way.
They know that. I can still comment on how sexy his abs are.
I just was interested in the chest abs. That
Chest
doesn't make
abs.
any sense.
Yeah, chest abs, whatever.
It's a lot of
Chaps.
abs.
You gotta listen. I'm sorry. Which one of us read the comic?
Zing. Hold on, let me look up burn units in the United States.
The answer is me.
Anyways, the box at the end of 7 with Gwyneth Paltrow's head is on a desk in the next scene, and then it says something that probably has nothing to do with that. Then there's obviously a panel of him just taking a poop. Turns out those Christmas ornaments attached to a chain come in that. It's not Gwyneth Paltrow's head, spoiler alert. And the dude's
only.
trying to get some more dick looking at this guy's abs. It's happening again. Also, I feel obliged to say the last panel just says dad and a heart. You want to continue on here, Greg?
Yeah, sure. So
Oh my god.
Dad and a heart. Now, this brings up some really deep issues. Now, if any of you are interested in psychology, you'll really love this one because Dad and a heart that's a key to a theme that I'm sure the rest of you will explore later. I'll leave it to you. So, but moving on, at least with the synopsis. Fella dons the firefighter's outfit again. Goes cruising for some more ass, and he's got a car. He's driving in the car. There's not really much to say about the car.
Lightning round. Keep going.
Okay.
Fast.
Next page. I was going to take this. Oh man, big nuclear thing. There's a big orb, kind of like from Twilight Children.
Now it's Chris's turn. Go.
There's a lot of traffic getting to the orb. Everybody on Earth wants to get to the orb, and it says so. And all this traffic is happening, and then there's people, and they're like, why can't I get to the orb? And the other guy's like, no, you got to be in a car. And they're like, no, I want to walk to the orb. And everyone's like, that's not fair. Not everybody has a car. Going on to the next page, some guy's like, I don't need a car. I found a sewer that can get to the orb. And he gets in there, and oh yeah, by the way, this is Bane. He gets to the orb, and he has a flamethrower. That's a lighter. Never mind. And then he meets some guys, and the guys, yeah. And they're
Now it's
like,
my turn.
Okay, these guys, man, this one real like he meth dealer that clearly samples his own stuff, and they're not happy to see Bane because Bane's fucked them over before. You know that from a previous issue.
Keep it going.
This is number 1. Anyway, so they're oh man, violence. That lighter that you thought was a lighter sets this dude's face on fire. Next page we're looking at right now, and. Holy crap! Lots of blood flying, faces getting knifed apart, and
Chris's turn.
everyone's dead. It's very violent. There's lots of words describing the violence. Everyone's on the floor, and he's looking at that giant white sperm thing, and he's like, I'm going to go into this. He walks into it.
Greg's turn.
turns out he is the sperm, and that thing is the egg, and they're going to make a galactic Earth baby.
Greg eating Chris's turn.
Yep.
He has a phaser now, and he's turning into Metroid Prime, and he runs off, and he's not Metroid Prime. Somebody else is Metroid Prime. That's the end of it, and he's caught.
Oh my god.
This book is awesome.
That was painful.
I'd have to concur.
Painful.
You made it all the way through that. Congratulations.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
That was almost 10 minutes. That was almost 10 minutes of that.
Wow.
So since this is my book, I'm going to explain what happened.
That's my
Wow.
book, actually. But
This is yours?
yeah, I
Yeah,
think
this
so.
one's yours.
Oh, that was mine. Okay, well, I meant mine to describe.
Oh, okay, okay.
All right, so this guy is he is kind of sort of like a firefighter. He's a firefighter. The premise of this book is that it's the future, and there are these people on Earth that are from a different dimension, maybe somewhere else, and that it's as a firefighter, it's his job. Every year, there's a holiday where the gateway opens between these two worlds. And these people,
7 years.
7 years? Oh, yeah, 7 years. My brain was totally fried by all that. So it's every 7 years, this gateway opens, and all these people come out and they all party. It's kind of like a New Year's party, only every 7 years, and with people from a different dimension who can use magic or something. And so this firefighter,
It's like the Olympics with aliens.
the first part of the book is him just kind of like getting his ass kicked by this day. Like he's like kind of like a firefighter or a nurse or whatever. He just has like a shitty holiday, and he gets home and he meets up with his boyfriend, which I initially thought was a woman until I realized that he was talking about his two fathers, and that was the thing that I had a question about this because I wasn't sure, and everyone else can chime in. Are all the relationships homosexual relationships in this whole thing? Because he says his two fathers, and you don't see a lot of women. There definitely are women in here.
But there's not a lot.
There's also two women making out, and as the only person who actually read the comic, I just want to comment here.
There's a woman firefighter.
Yeah, there's a woman fight.
No, I'm saying there are women. I'm just saying that there's no evidence to say that there are male-female relationships.
Yeah.
That's true.
It could be that homosexual relationships are the norm. We don't know
Right,
that yet.
right.
It's
So,
only
yeah.
the first issue.
So he talks about his two fathers. Anyway, he gets a package from presumably, I guess, one of his fathers, and it has this weird kind of bola thing that was described earlier as Christmas lights on the end of a chain, and it's somehow magical and I guess dangerous. And the box he received with the note inside, or he has to embark on an adventure to bury one of his fathers in the alternate dimension. That is, there's a lot going on here, and I don't know. I'm on the very edge of thinking this is too much.
I think it is.
It's a lot.
I quit
it's a
reading.
lot.
I quit after 3 pages because there were so many terms, made up words in 3 pages. It was just overwhelming.
The thing that worries me is that it's one of 4, which that was so much stuff in one issue. I
Yeah.
don't know how the rest of this is going to play out. So it's very.
I don't know. We've said it before. I'm all about getting into world building and things like that in stories, but when you just kind of drop it all right away, I don't know. Like maybe that means I'm a lazy reader, but
I don't think so.
I just don't. I just quit because I was like, this is too much. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Too many
It's a
weird
shame.
words. Too many weird things.
A lot of weird stuff.
It's a shame because the art is gorgeous. The use of color in it, I think, is great. But I'd have
Especially
to.
the contrasting colors
Yeah.
between the worlds.
But I have to agree with you. It's a clusterfuck. It's so much. I've used analysis paralysis as a term, but you're right. And perhaps 1 out of 4. I think it'd be better. I mean, again, I've only read the first issue, but if they felt that they had to incorporate this much information just in this first issue, perhaps it'd have been better over maybe an 8.
Yeah, I mean,
Series.
there's definitely readers that like this kind of stuff, like just being dropped in the middle of something, and they like to get into it. So this might be for some people, but it's not for me. I don't want that.
We've gone over things that have been when you get dropped in the middle of something, and a lot of times it works. Sometimes it doesn't. I don't think this worked that well.
Because it's all about that introduction, that first step into that world. Like, is it really overwhelming, like cryptocracy and maybe this, or is it welcoming, and it organically develops a world like Weird Detective, or even I think the next book that we're going to get to does a lot better job of easing you into what's going on, because it's also weird as fuck.
Yeah, definitely.
But I felt way more comfortable reading it and not overwhelmed right away like I was with this book.
And there's a lot of. I'm looking at the second page. If you're reading this along with us, I'm looking at the second page. Not like you open the cover, you're looking at the first page, and then you turn the page. Second and third pages. There's just, it's a kind of it's not a splash page, but it's a full. I guess it is a splash page because the center frame goes through both pages. So I guess it is a splash page. But there's a bunch of examples of what's going on in this night, and this is a lot of wasted space.
Yeah.
You could have this all in one, make each frame a lot smaller, You have it all on one page, and then you have more room to kind of explain what's going on.
Or add some more dialogue.
There's very little, like, we get the idea. It's like, okay, there's somebody set a bar on fire, and then there's like an actual fire, and then there's just like a club scene, then there's like a scene of people that are kind of maybe hooking up with each other, then there's like some guy threatening a kid with a Molotov cocktail, there's another car fire, there's the main character giving someone CPR. It's like, okay, I get it. Like, it's chaos. I didn't need this many frames of chaos across a full splash page. It wasn't necessary, and there's just a lot of wasted space there.
But there could have been a bubble in every one of those frames, giving you more of an understanding of what's going on.
You could have developed his character a little bit. You could have,
or like just explain the idea of Ecte, like the first page, like. Okay, dimensional alignment, Ecte's blessing, Sid hand, Ecte L, Ecte songs, class M.
You could have had from his perspective, like a narration, and say like, "This is what's happening this night."
Yes,
just little blurbs, maybe in between each panel. For example, they give you too much and not enough at the same time.
Right.
I think
like they keep going like class M magic.
Yeah.
Spellfires, Diviner, Fourth Blessing, Typhic Force. Like, that's when I was like, enough. Nope. Too many weird things.
I get that maybe you want your story to hit the reader really hard at first and wait till the next issue to explain some things. But the problem with that is that, like, after this, I'm like, I don't know if we're going to start. I'm not going to read this second issue.
Yeah.
Like, it's a comic book. It's not a movie or a story.
Mm-hmm. I'm
not going to just stop watching a movie. Usually.
Right.
But with this, it's like, well, you didn't really hook me with the first one, so we've said that many times.
Yeah.
If you don't hook me with the first one, sorry, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Plus, it's a lot. I mean,
a lot of shit.
We know that the comic is limited to 4 issues. What the fuck are they going to do in 4 issues?
Well, that sounds like editing. It sounds like an editing issue. I mean, they obviously, if they knew 4 issues, and it comes down to we have this one, which is just chaos. From what I saw, you got to do better than that.
Yeah. So, well, I don't know. We'll see. I guess let's just go to. Will you read it, Dan?
Nope.
Becky?
No.
Chris?
No.
Greg?
No.
Dan?
No.
You're not going to read it. You're not.
I'll read the second one.
He will.
No, you're not.
He will.
You see what he buys on a weekly basis.
You're right. Yeah.
I have all 4 issues pre-ordered.
I am the dealer.
He's the person who really enables my problem. So maybe the second issue. I don't know. We'll see. It depends on how large the stack is on the table.
There you go.
That week.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go on to. Let's move into the ether.
What I feel like is a much nicer introduction to
Yes.
weirdness.
Yes.
It's in it because it is weird. It's definitely weird.
Yeah, and it's
like
not trying
Dr.
to tackle. It's not trying to tackle too many issues.
It's Dr. Seuss weird.
Yeah,
Kind of.
I
is.
like it, though.
yeah. So this is a Dark Horse book. Matt Kint and David Rubin. Matt Kint is presumably the author.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he is.
Yeah. So this book is about a guy who travels into what he calls the ether to explore things. The story leads you to understand that maybe he's a detective.
Tell us, give us a little synopsis.
Well, that's what I'm doing right now. It's the main character is a guy who travels into the ether to presumably solve some crimes, and he also goes there for his own self
Pay
discovery.
attention, Jared.
I thought he was giving like a really broad. I wasn't sure how specific. Sorry.
Well, no, I'm not going to give a page by page breakdown, but I'm going to give
that was a
people a
failure. We're
general
not doing that again.
Good point. Yeah. Sorry. Continue.
And at the end of the book, you come to realize that the ether is a place that not where he exists all the time, but a place that he goes to often. And when each time he goes, he's more prepared, and that you learn on the first page. And you see one of the really cool things that I noticed is that when he's in the ether, he has this something marking a third eye in the middle of his forehead. So giving a little bit more, maybe like a clue that this place, the ether, isn't a place where he goes physically, right? So maybe this is a place where he travels in some sort of psychedelic state, or is traveling there, whatever, metaphysically. And this time that he goes to the ether, he's called in by the mayor, because this figure who is the guardian of all the ether has been murdered, and the mayor needs him to figure out who murdered him or murdered her. You also come to appreciate or understand that the majority of the people in the ether are not very bright.
You're right. They're all dumb.
They're all pretty stupid.
Yeah.
Aside from Glum, who's the gatekeeper, he seems like he's sharp, and then this woman who was the guardian of all the ether, she seems, or presumably she was also sharp. And then the main suspect, which is the librarian of all of this knowledge, which is, I mean, it's not a dumb society because they have books on how to do all of these really, incredible things. Yeah, like almost like the library of in Egypt.
Imaginary?
No, like the Library of Alexandria or whatever. It's got all of this.
The internet.
It's the internet, yeah. So not everybody's a dunce, but the majority of the people you're introduced to are.
Yeah.
So what you get is that, so he goes to the ether. He travels there often. When he's there, he does... maybe he's there physically, maybe he's there just in some other state.
And he's there to disprove the magic of the ether.
Right.
Because he believes in science.
Yeah, at the end,
Like, he when he goes and he talks to Glum at first, like, you come to understand, like, he is, like, a skeptic almost, and he's there to disprove a lot of what's going on in the ether. But what I found interesting was, like, can he not eat there?
Well,
because he get tired, and that's why he has to leave.
Because as Danny said, he might not physically be there. Like it might be.
I think you're right about that. Yeah,
because he says like I have to go. Like
I'm tired and hungry.
Like, I need to go get something to eat. Like he might not be able to eat because he's not really there. And I mean, maybe none of this is actually happening.
Or or it's not happening in the way that not in the way that he's physically there and traversing these streets, but whenever he's talking about his experiences there, whoever wrote this, the guy who wrote this probably had or researched a lot of like psychedelic experiences, because it's that same kind of thing. You become the more times like you've been in this ether, this other place, this psychedelic state, you become better at it. Like, right. And you can derive more meaning from it. It can be more impactful. It's not just this overwhelming state of ooh, like whoa, colors. Right. And so that's the feeling I got from it. And now also it might be a commentary on this, what some people are calling this psychedelic renaissance in the 21st century, where they are starting to return to doing studies on psilocybin or magic mushrooms and MDMA and ayahuasca and ibogaine and all of these entheogens and psychedelics for like therapeutic purposes. And it's not just these raving hippies who are saying things that they're true too, but without some scientific backing, where they're scientists, they're large organizations, Johns Hopkins, Harvard, MAPS,
right,
are all looking into like the therapeutic benefits. And so I walked away from it feeling like, okay, maybe this is some commentary on this psychedelic renaissance. But at the end, you see that he's forced into like stealing bread in order to eat.
He's a homeless man.
Yeah. So is he actually a scientist?
Exactly.
I don't know. It's cool. And there's a lot of really neat themes, or not a lot, but there's several really cool themes that Go ahead.
I wouldn't question it whether or not he's a scientist because he seemingly after it was revealed that he's a homeless person. It's like it says years before, and then he was a professor at a university or something, and so we don't know what happened between that and him going into the ether. But like,
You think the girl changed his life?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like he's introduced to a woman at the end, and we don't know where that goes because we haven't read it yet.
So I guess to be more precise, currently an active scientist, a practicing scientist, as opposed to a scientist who is currently out of work.
Right. And it's like a little bit sad whenever he comes out of it. He says to Glum, he says, "I have to go," because the Ethers is kind of like goofy, almost like a Dr. Seuss type place.
Yeah.
And then he says, I'm hungry, man. I have to go. And Glum like literally kicks his ass back in reality. And he shows up, and then the colors are more muted, and he's just bedraggled, and he's
homeless.
He's a homeless man, and he has to steal a loaf of bread, and someone's like, "Get the hell out of here!" And then he literally falls asleep, he cries himself to sleep underneath a bridge.
Yeah.
And is remembering his years ago, which is the end of it is we're figuring out where what happened to him before.
Yeah, like
He
what
was a
went
professor.
wrong.
Yeah, he was a professor at a university or something, and he doesn't. We don't know what.
I thought it was really sad. Like when
Yeah.
I got to
really.
that point, I was like, "Oh my goodness!"
He's a strong character,
Like, this is-
at the beginning. And
Yeah,
you
he's
see-
very confident.
You
And
see, he's very sharp. Mm-hmm. His job in the ether is to. So is he just imagining that he's solving some kind of weird, sci-fi mystery, or just because he's so
broken.
Is he taking some kind of psychoactive drug when he's underneath the bridge?
Or is he that broken?
Is he that crazy? Yeah, who knows? So I'm not sure. Maybe both stories are true. Maybe he is going into ether in his mind or whatever. But
Well, I mean, yeah, I feel like regardless, he's going into the ether. Like that's the thing.
right.
He's going to the ether,
Right.
and
One
whether
way,
that's the
yeah.
result of entheogens or psychedelics or
he's using ether.
or
whoa,
or ether, which I don't know that.
Does ether do that? I don't know.
No, ether just gets you really stoned,
Okay.
but
Knocks
not
you
in
out.
like a psychedelic way.
Yeah, but it just makes you really tired, lazy. I mean, it's used to knock people out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the anesthetic. It's a really effective anesthetic. The only problem is in the hospitals, anyways. It's heavier than air, and it's also extremely combustible.
Right.
So what would happen? They would have
He's got a lot of ground fires.
no. That's what would happen. They would have whatever cabinets or not cabinets, closets or whatever, and it would just like leak out and go onto the floor, and then somebody lights a match, boom, that bitch is going up. But it was very effective as an anesthetic in anesthesia, or for anesthesia. But yeah, I think it's just more of probably more similar to like a opiate or something that they use now.
Very popular in Looney Tunes. There was always that bottle of ether.
Right. So, yeah, I think it's a great book. I think it's talking about things that I don't know interest me, and I think what they're getting at is we'll see. I might be giving it too much.
It's funny how both books that we just talked about deal with like another reality, another place. And one was so good at really developing that idea, and I don't know, the other one was just
Because there were too many themes. They wanted you to like. It wasn't just about this other world in Namesake. They were touching on homosexuality and two fathers and this 7-year event that happens and like the fucking and like all of this crazy shit and similar
magic.
things, but they just wanted you to pay attention. There were too many flashing lights calling to you. This one, it gave you kind of like 2-3 things. Yeah. The main character, this ether, and then if you want to air quotes, real world.
What his problem is.
Or alternative reality. Two realities, and then the main character navigating those. It was solid.
I feel like you have. I would say you have two ideas. You have the idea of Like him being able to traverse these two worlds, but then more largely, is this actually happening?
Yeah. So,
wanna-
if you're into or interested in psychedelics, you're interested in alternate ways of constructing reality, or just, thinking about reality as a construct and not as an actual thing.
Like what
It
we-
probably is into you. Or you'll probably be into this.
Yeah.
This will be in your whatever.
If you like Shipwrecked,
Oh,
Yeah.
you might enjoy this. In
Fuck
fact,
yeah,
This
yeah.
is maybe even a little more accessible than that.
Yeah, it's way
Yes.
more
Oh, yeah,
lighthearted.
definitely.
That little bird. There's a little bird that like sings really terrible songs.
Oh yeah, I'm telling you, they look like Dr. Seuss characters. honestly.
Yeah, they're adorable.
Yeah.
Some of the characters.
Some of them.
There's definitely some great little weird humor in that
It's
book.
worth mentioning the humor, yeah.
Yeah.
Because this is not because Shipwrecked is not humorous at all. But
No.
this
No.
is, there are some definitely moments where you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like almost like a weird detective moment. Like
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
that's
funny.
perfect.
Maybe-
I would say. Sorry, Greg. Go ahead.
I was gonna say maybe Total Recall because it's
It's a little silly.
because
Yeah.
silly, but also like I was in a creative writing class a number of years ago, and the teacher was this like old, unmarried woman. I shouldn't assume unmarried, but she gave that persona anyway. She's this like kind of like what you. She had like short gray hair, and she was probably 60 at the time. And she said, "Oh, one of my favorite movies is Total Recall." And we all kind of laughed. And she said, "No, really. What you would, they have like X number of deaths, on screen, but you don't know by the end of the movie. Even by the end of the movie, you don't know whether everything you've seen is real or not because at the right before the end credits, it fades to white. But prior to then, the guy that approached him and said like, "Oh, if you don't take this pill, you'll be lobotomized," and he shoots that guy. That was his choice, but." The movie follows the exact course, and by the end of it, you're like, that fades to white. Is that him? Is that just the end credits, or is that him being lobotomized?
Right.
Yeah.
It's Inception before Inception.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
what? Which thing did I see just now?
Yeah.
Not sure.
Without calling as much attention to it as Inception does.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, you would never think that an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie could be called more subtle than a Christopher Nolan movie.
Yes.
Right, but I would call Inception Total Recall after Total Recall.
Heavy-handed, like beating that idea into your brain
Fucking
without like too much.
Yeah,
Total Recall is like a very subtle version of that.
Yes.
Yeah, Inception. I fucking hate that movie.
I don't like it either.
Yeah, they took what could have been like a great
moments.
subject,
It has
great
moments.
subject matter. Yeah, like the idea is great and it's fantastic, and somehow they fucked it up. It's like Vicelli's and pizza. You take this thing, it's already it's fucking perfect. and
Let's
somehow you
not go
fuck this up.
crazy, okay? It's not the Vicelli's pizza.
Christopher Nolan.
Yeah,
Christopher Nolan does not make Bocelli's
The cast in that movie is amazing too.
It is.
Like there's some great actors and the visuals are pretty cool.
That was the only redeeming factor for me, is like the actors.
Visually it was pretty.
like DiCaprio's. And visually,
Yeah.
It's amazing. We wouldn't have Doctor Strange without that.
Right. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
We wouldn't.
But you do have a point. It is a little heavy-handed.
And then it just it's
Average
like
movie
it
for me.
has this build up, and then it was like they had a budget, and they kept it together until they had exhausted like 95% of their budget, and then they were like, "Fuck, guys, we got to finish this really quick. Like we only have like $300 left, and we got to get the rest of this film done. Let's go." And the last 20 minutes was, the last half hour was just, everything else took a year. In the last half of the third of the movie.
I think we can talk about that for a while because I don't necessarily agree with
we could talk about that forever. We could.
Yeah.
I want to say something about the artwork of this comic. I hate it.
Really?
I do. Yeah. I just think that it's almost bizarre to me for the subject matter, where the fantastical is not fantastical enough, and the grounded, like, rooted, when he's homeless in the real world. I I don't like it through and through. And I may be in the minority on this one, but I feel it's worth bringing up because I really disliked it.
See, I'm glad that you said that because I did like it because it is somewhere between like the really like goofy Dr. Seuss kind of style and the kind of grit, like the little grit. It's a little bit grittier. Like even like the fantasy world it's not super gritty, but it still seems, you know, a little bit real, but not really. I don't know. It's not unrealistic. And then when it gets back to the real world, it's like it's a little bit more depressing.
Do we think so? You know, I've talked about, you know, I have a lot of mentally ill people in my life. Look at the cover. The cover means a lot more to me than any part of the book because on the left side he's this homeless man in a real world with like regular shit, and on the right side he's this like kind of superhero in this magical land. Do we not know? I mean, we've kind of hinted at it, but maybe he's like a schizophrenic who's just a mental.
Well, yeah, we don't know what's.
Yeah, we don't.
I was away for a bit, so I'm sorry if you mentioned that, but we don't know.
The face on the front cover, though, I feel should express more than that.
Yeah.
If you look at it, it's just the same face, slightly like
He's a little
half
younger.
a centimeter down.
But again,
Cleaner.
That's kind of the point. Like,
kind of
when
the point,
When he
yeah.
goes into the ether, he looks better because he,
He
does
looks
look
better. Yeah, he does. He looks younger and.
I think that's the way he
I mean,
kind of
what I
imagines
did
himself.
when I finished reading, I went back to the cover
what's wrong
to
on that one.
get that comparison.
More haggard.
Yeah.
Like when I understood what was going on.
Yeah.
You know, I think like I did not like the art at first, but as you said, Jared, like by the end, you come to understand what's going on. I was used to it, and I appreciated what the artist was trying to do.
Yeah.
So like at first, it was like a little. This is a little too, like, I don't know, goofy or cartoony or... I don't know, I couldn't put my finger on it, but then at the end, I got it. I was like, yeah, okay, this works, totally. This works.
Here's how I would say that is that if you've ever had like a really, really intense psychedelic experience, and so the colors and the style of the art in the kind of, whatever, the ether or psychedelic world aren't that much different than in the real world, but they're a little bit more vibrant. They're a little bit. It's kind of difficult to tell which one is which, other than like the real world being just like a little bit. Like there's just a little bit less vibrancy. It's not. It's a little grayer. It's not, but it's not radically grayer. So, if they were to mix those two styles, say like back to back, page to page, you might not initially realize that they were doing that.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how like a really strong psychedelic experience is, where you're like, I'm not entirely sure what's going on right now because I'm fucked up in like, in a weird, I don't know. I'd like to think that's very intentional.
Well, again,
and
that's why I
yeah,
wonder
like-
if it's a schizophrenic.
Yeah, like the difference isn't that great.
The
That-
ether, like, there's a lot of curves and round things.
Yeah.
yeah.
There's not a lot of edges, and then in the real world, there are edges. Like, it is more structured, more straight lines, brick and sidewalks and tables and shit. But, in the ether, like, the books in the library have edges, but, like, the town, the tops of the buildings are all round. The taxi cab is a snail. Fucking even the bullet, the magic bullet is like this little like guinea pig
Fetus
round
thing,
fetus.
yeah.
It's like the vent is round. The room where the Blaze was murdered is round. She's in a tower. Like it's just very. And
I
then
didn't
like
notice that.
then like the big where he's like overlooking it. Like everything has a round top to it. So
Yeah.
that has to be intentional. Like
Yeah.
the designs there.
It's
Like,
a really good catch.
Yeah.
That is a good catch.
I didn't notice that.
I
the
still don't
art-
like it.
it's okay.
The art was it felt very Ren and Stimpy to me. Especially with the magic bullet.
Yes.
The magic bullet reminded me so much of Ren and
Weird close-ups that were like
Yeah.
way too detailed and stomach churning.
No, not big
Bird
in-
is very Ren and Stimpy.
Oh, the bird. God damn it, that
fucking
bird.
like that bird a lot.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of Rocco, the bird.
Oh,
The
yeah.
episode where Philbert has bad luck. And the bird's about to shit all over that statue, and the police are trying to talk him down. And then Big Man
Yeah.
has to
there
use
it
his
is,
nipples
but
in the future.
Yeah, the bird.
I can't believe they got away with that shit on.
Actually,
I
I
know.
think you know what the bird reminds me of is Grimm from MTV. The Grimm
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know.
or the Grin. It was right when Aeon Flux was really big on MTV.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
A big purple.
Exactly, and he had those
Yeah.
teeth like
Yeah.
that, and
Yep.
it was.
Oh, I see
that's
what you're getting at. Okay.
Is that like
yeah.
I get
that.
it, yeah.
That reminds me of that, which I believe was. It wouldn't be Dark Horse. I think that was Image Comics that
play on
originally.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't a play on
He's
that
got a
at
big
all.
purple thing with a mouth. So.
No,
No,
You know what?
I forget
maybe
what
even the Max. Was it called the Max?
Yeah, the Max. That's
The Max.
What it was.
That's
yeah.
what it was. I'm going off
Oh yeah.
20
it was a
plus
comic.
years past.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's what that artistic style reminds me of
Yeah, I
there.
see that. But you know what? I'm kind of seeing what Chris is saying. It's absurd and kind of. It's definitely absurd, but not. It's not absurd enough.
It feels almost incomplete to me.
Yeah,
That's-
I get what I absolutely get what you're saying.
Haphazardly with the fantastical elements of it. I'm fine, honestly, with the more realistic elements of him crying himself to sleep. I don't know what else you can do with that. That's fine. That artwork looks good, but when you get to like the Seussical moments of it, I don't like it. I just think that there could be, and I get what you guys are saying, and I'm not disagreeing by any means with is this all part of one person's mind?
It's almost like when you're in a dream, where after the dream is over, you're like, wait a minute, books don't fly.
Yeah.
That's silly.
Yeah.
But then
Oh,
at
yeah.
the time, you're like, oh yeah, I need that book. I
And
need this book.
you know what? If that's what they're going for, that's fine. But I still stand by what I believe in with this
I
is
get
that
what you're saying. Yeah.
it's not enough. It's not.
My dreams are so mundane that I wake up thinking that things have happened and confront people about things that have happened.
That's not good at all.
No, it's that lame. I'm that lame.
I had a dream the other day that I paid a hamburger to eat me. What's wrong with you?
Are you German?
Probably not.
I don't know.
All right. So,
So what do we all think?
Will you read more, Dan?
I will. The twist at the end got me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to. It's not my thing.
Chris,
Nah.
Greg,
I'm intrigued.
yeah, Daniel, Danny.
Yeah, I'll definitely read it.
Yeah, I'm gonna read the next one. I like it. And Matt Kent does good work. He's also on
Department H.
Depth.
I thought it was Department H.
You write something else that I like,
DEP
but I forget what it is.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was Department H.
DEPT.
But I thought there was a space.
He is in
yeah,
Department H.
but they're also under the.
Oh, I didn't read it.
Oh, okay.
So, like, when I saw
think
the
it's-
title,
I
I'm
mean,
like,
it could be, maybe it's Department H.
it probably is
It's a
both.
play on it.
Yeah.
It's both,
Oh, he does the Valiant too.
Oh, he did Divinity.
Yeah, he
Yep.
does
Yeah.
Divinity. He
Divinity.
did Mind Management.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I never really gave anything by him a chance, and I kind of feel like a dummy because I did enjoy this.
I like
He does some
Divinity.
good stuff. Yeah.
He reminds me of Jeff Lemire a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like even like just like I'm sure he has something to do with the designs of the characters, and they look a lot like what Lemire draws. I mean, we're gonna talk about AD next time.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, like I don't know, just
Like sort of a cartoon.
and Lemire even did a variant cover.
Oh, that's what. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I like that. That makes sense.
Right. Good point.
Yeah,
Yeah. We only have those two right now.
yeah. That was good.
Yeah. We're good for now. I
That
think.
was long.
I feel like I didn't hear Dan scream about anything now.
No, I didn't. I only.
Chili's Pizza.
Vicelli's Pizza.
Did you really scream about that though?
Not
I
really.
wasn't thrilled about it.
Really like a whole part.
Dan, what's in your heart right now?
No, man, it was just tough. I mean, Namesake didn't leave me. It didn't affect me in any way, and there weren't any themes coming out of that were exciting. You know, and Ether is fucking. It's really good, but again, not in a way that's exciting and
Not
passionate
connecting
rant.
with you.
Yeah.
I feel like I felt
Also, we're coming off like this is a tough weekend to do it. I don't know. Probably consumed,
lot of food.
30,000 calories over the course of 2 days. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm kind of in a residual coma.
A bit of a haze.
Yeah.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, this was Thanksgiving weekend 2016.
Yeah.
And so this is 3 days after Thanksgiving.
2 days after.
2 days.
Well, Thursday, Friday. Oh, yeah, 2 days.
Whatever. Fuck you. Math's stupid. So, 2 days after Thanksgiving. And, we're all... our powers are buried under turkey.
Yeah, let's all say what we're thankful for.
Oh, good. That's a good call.
Yeah.
Dan, what are you thankful for?
I mean, I just had a son, so that's pretty obvious.
I'm thankful to be here and not be on bed rest or in the ICU anymore.
Yes.
I just really like clams.
Clams?
Clams.
Like the food?
Yeah.
Okay. It's good we have those.
I don't know. My good health and condoms. I don't know. I don't know. That sounds really minimizing.
Wait a minute. Just when I thought I didn't have anything to yell about. You're
Greg-
thankful for condoms?
Greg is thankful for two very personal and selfish things.
Yeah, it is. I don't know. I wish he had skipped me.
First of all,
No.
Why the condoms then?
No.
Dan about to yell about condoms.
No. I'm not thankful for condoms. I'm fucking pissed off. All this time, condoms have been around forever. They haven't come up with better technology. That thing's just like it just dulls your dick. It's like a dick dehardener. You fucking slap one of those bitches on. Sometimes they're like car tires. You can't feel anything. You might as well just throw the thing off, jerk off in the bathroom, come back and go down on her or him.
Car tire have to do with that?
Because you put a car tire on your dick, you can't feel anything. It's like so thick, Even get like the super thin ones, it's worthless. No, I'm pissed off that they haven't come up with better technology.
Okay, first of all, they have. It's called birth control. Second of all, they have come up with a male birth control. Bitches couldn't handle it.
Well,
No. But condoms are so.
Well, I'm sorry.
The pull-out method is as effective for preventing pregnancy as a condom.
yeah, but the problem is STDs.
Is STDs.
Yeah, STDs. That's the problem.
What?
Wait.
There's
No, I'm sorry. Hold on. I have to interrupt you, and I normally don't do this because you're in the middle of a rant. Can you hold up a car tire on your dick when you're hard? Because I can't, and nobody else here can. And I want to see this. No homo. I got to see this.
He's not wrong anyways.
Yeah, no. I'm not literally a car. I'm talking about if you take the treads from a car tire and wrap it around your dick. They're both. Well, they're not both actually rubber, but
I mean, it is technically birth control. If you come in swinging a car tire around your dick, no one's fucking you.
oh yeah,
Actually,
I disagree.
yeah.
Chicks would be like,
yeah. I'm gonna just give this a
or
shot.
dudes, whoever.
Yeah.
People would be like, that dude's swinging a car tire on his dick. It's really hard.
Yeah.
I think you need flames too. If you're doing that, you need flares in each hand.
This is a dude who can rock butts. Is what is the answer to that?
This dude rocks butts.
Yeah.
Danny rocks butts. Or are we Daniel now? I forgot.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I'm least thankful for condoms.
Okay. That's
All right.
cool. Yeah.
Holy fucking shit. All right, you all are men. You're whining about not being able to feel a little bit whenever you're fucking... not only do we have to deal with bleeding and all this other fucking shit, acne, menstruation, we have to actually take responsibility for making sure that you fucktards don't, make sure you don't carry a condom or don't, break it or, come inside of when you're saying that you maybe forgot a condom or... I just want to hear you guys...
I'm
bitch.
just saying, if you're dumb enough to... If you're with a dude who's dumb enough to, bust one in you... I mean, I feel like it's one of those things.
It's just one of those things. I hear guys
what
whine
you
about
deserve.
condoms suck. I can't do it without a condom. Fuck you. You know what?
I'm not.
I think Danny's saying the vetting process didn't really take good effect there.
Right.
The minor side effects that women experience from having birth control, 80 different times of birth control, that they finally came out with a male birth control and they couldn't take the side effects that we've been dealing with for 60 years.
I was actually really excited personally about the male birth control because I felt like I was like, I'm in.
I'm
not going to get you pregnant. Okay,
I will.
I'm yeah.
You know what? After this Daniel rant that I've just had, one man did die. And I'm sorry, but you cannot continue that drug trial when a person died.
Well, if someone died, then
He killed himself.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then again, birth control can incite mood swings and
Right.
depression, major depression, and that's something that they have to investigate. That they actually took there was a patch that women had because of blood clots and major depression. They pulled it off the market in the United States.
No, the reason that dude killed himself is because he was fucking taking this experimental drug and he was still getting zero pussy.
He's like, hey.
He's like, wait a minute. I thought this was the only thing.
99% I won't get you pregnant. And then she's like, you're still a neckbeard, so no.
That guy's just crying, jerking off, not shooting jizz everywhere.
They just were desirable people.
Yeah, that's it. And they were like,
dude, I think it's probably me.
but I'm so nice to you. I'm always there when he's
the
mean
nice
to you.
guy.
You always call me. You call me, I'm there. I listen to everything you have to say. I fucking sat through this really shitty TV show you made me watch for months.
Maybe watch The Notebook with subtitles.
No, what happened? What had happened was that he went there with his best friend and to volunteer for this experiment. He thought he was going to be having sex with her. Oh. But she was like, oh no. There was like a bunch of people, and she chose a different person. So that was what happened.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you guys a question. You have a kid. You're all men, obviously. I'm the exception. Would you take the male birth control? Jared, you said yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even it caused like lesions and blood clots. I'd be like, whatever. Yeah, that's fine.
No,
Somebody
come
needs
on.
to do that.
Oh, no. If it causes lesions, then you're back to the same fucking problem.
Square
one.
That's your birth control. You pull down your pants, you have a bunch of lesions around your cock. They're done. Birth control.
Nobody's sleeping with you.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I can bypass anything.
Whoa.
Yeah, first of all, speak for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? You're saying you pull down your pants, you have a bunch of lesions around your cock, and some chick's like,
Dude, that's what condoms are
Gobble
for.
down.
Oh, and we're back. Way to bring it around, Evil Chris.
I'm going to say, yeah, what does it have to do with
I don't have lesions around my cock.
Right.
I'm just saying, it's a confidence issue.
No, that's not true. That is, we're coming back to what Becky was saying before, which is if you're with someone who's dumb enough to bust one in you, then maybe it's a reflection of the person that you're choosing.
Oh,
right? Yeah. But then, so you're saying that somebody sees the lesions on your cock, decides to fuck you anyway, then maybe that's a reflection. She's going to put more lesions on your cock.
Yeah.
You know what, though? I'm going to go ahead and say that, like, I'm not a woman, but I would think that, like, some dudes don't give off the vibe necessarily. They're just going to be like, oops, sorry. Like, that, I feel like that's very hard to tell who's going to just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, that,
like, from movies and stuff, like, you see movies where, like, a woman goes home with a dude, and, like, they're having a great time, and then, like, the sex comes, and then he's a different person.
right. And now, I mean, that's like one night stand material, right?
Sure.
So, and that's probably mostly where condoms are being implemented.
Right.
So yes, it doesn't change the fact that condoms suck. Like, condoms suck. I don't know how we're coming back to this fucking thing that Greg's thankful for fucking condoms, and he fails to see that this is shitty technology. That'd be like we're still fucking riding horses while there's airplanes. You know what I mean? Like, we have airplanes if you want to travel far, and then you got to get on your horse if you want to go 3 miles.
Maybe much.
No, there's got to be something better out there.
It's called birth control.
Maybe much like when someone says to Xerox something, they mean to copy something. Maybe by condoms I meant birth control. By the way, Dan, your son's beautiful. Just want to say.
Thanks, Greg.
Yeah,
So what Greg meant to say
Appreciate
was
that.
he has no kids.
I have no kids, and I'm thankful for that. Yeah.
That's what he was saying.
Well,
But Greg, thank you, because that's what I wanted.
You got it. You got it out
I
of him.
wanted it, and it happened.
Yeah.
I'm glad that not only do I not have any children, but I don't have any children who look like Corey Feldman.
Oh shit! You just called your kids baby ugly.
You did. Damn, son.
I mean, we already made a hashtag about it, so yeah.
I didn't know that we
I
were.
told her husband. I'm like, your kid looks like your female child. Your female baby looks like Corey Feldman. He's like, I know. I sent the picture to all you. He does look like Corey.
The last hashtag is there's a Dan rant at the end about condoms.
All right.
We could probably close
Strong
this up.
close.
Yeah.
Strong close.
Time to close it up.
I'm thankful for my family, so there we go.
Yay!
So,
cheers.
Yeah.
But, I guess we'll have an ending cheers.
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 Cheers. That's good night. Two in the bank. You can find that was Grown Up Human Comic People. You can find us at grownuphumans.com, epicastnetwork.com/grownuphumans. Check out the Epicast Network, iTunes, Stitcher, Facebook, YouTube, Google Music, Grown Up Human Comic People, title of the podcast, Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram, at grownuphumans. Thank you. That's the mic drop. Get the fuck out.
What's proficiency?
Damn it!